go. Alright. Everybody, welcome back to Odyssey of the Dragonlords. In the last session, the party of the Dawnbringers, the, people who are going to be, as they've admitted themselves, bringing a new tomorrow to the continent of Tylea, managed to, wrap up a couple of businesses in the Island of Themis, the home land of the Amazon warriors. Amongst the things that they managed to accomplish was to reinstate the proper heir to the throne, a young woman known as Darian, whose mother, Queen Diana, was ruthlessly assassinated by the previous, now no longer Queen, Thessalia. With Thessalia's defeat and Darian's restating of the throne, a couple of loose ends needed to be tied up. For one, the finding of a legendary weapon known as Titansbane, a sword that is said to have been wielded by the Titans of old, those who existed alongside Sidon and Lutheria in the times of yore before they were defeated by their siblings. However, it's not going to be as easy as just retrieving the sword, for it now currently lies within the belly of a particularly nasty creature, a Hydra, whose body seems to have been altered in such a way that its skin is tough as iron, and its blood seems to be acidic. Hopefully, the weapon still remains intact after being removed from its body, but in order to do that, the party needs to actually beat the Hydra. And that's where we left off, with the party, in the middle of a fierce combat against such creature. Gonna move you guys to the map real quick. Where is thing? Here we go. Alright, so here we go. You guys, can you guys see the map?
I see nothing but dark space, so
You might need to scroll a little bit.
Oh. Yeah, I see it. But I might be smarter than everybody else, so I don't know.
Seems like it.
Roll that intelligence real quick then. See how that goes.
I said me, not both of these.
Well, I mean...
Both of these is dumb AF.
For whatever reason, the music that I had prepared for this encounter seems to be no longer available.
Oh no.
YouTube got to it, so sad.
So, it seems to be, I'll try to see, what I can find here. Is this the one? For whatever reason, it's not that one. Hold on. No, that's from Devil May Cry 3. What's it called?
I mean, it kind of feels like it right now anyway.
Fuck it. We'll just keep it until I can find something else. In case
Derek
guys,
May Cry 3.
That would imply that Derek is a devil, which I believe is giving him too much credit. For those of you who still haven't found yourselves on the map, I'm going to just drag the camera all the way here. There we go. Capcom, don't take my channel down. With that out of the way, I believe we left up right at the top of initiative with Heliopus' turn about to take place. Here we go. With the Hydra on set of blaze and the rest of the party in various degrees of health. She believes it's probably important right now, more than anything, to continue pressing the assault on the creature so that it may die before it can kill any of you. As such, she is going to move into that little opening in front of her. And she is going to place down. She needs to move so she can actually see this. 5, 10, 20, 25. She would be kind of stuck right here in the opening, but what's it called? She will be able to cast a fireball from all the way there. So the iron scale, she's gonna place it behind the iron scale Hydra, so it doesn't hit any of you. So
God.
the iron scale Hydra needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Too heavy. Oh, what the fuck?
Somehow it makes it. So it's gonna take half of this damage.
It's got some jukes.
23 reduced to half. For
11.
11. There we go. What's it called? You see as Sylvie kind of sticks her hand from the opening here in the on the side of the Hydra's arena, for lack of a better term, and just shoots a streak of flame that explodes right behind the Hydra. That is it for Hilopi. Dengran is... did you guys heal him last time? I believe you did.
Wake the fuck up!
Yes, I believe you did. So, Dengran is currently conscious but prone. Gonna use half his movement to get back up. He's gonna move
Run
back.
the fuck away.
He's gonna move back. But before he's able to relieve the Hydra's immediate vicinity, he kind of turns back to those of you who are within the area here. So Drakgar, Exandri, Bouxfhades kind of turns to you and says, "My friends, I cannot hold on for much longer. Is there any plan here? This thing is eating us alive."
Literally. Burn it.
Do you guys respond somehow?
I scream out there, we're burning it alive. That's it.
He
was it.
nods along and says, well, my weapons are not too entirely effective. So you're going to have to pick up the slack. He can't end his turn there because the wall of fire is facing that way. Unless Porunga would have dropped concentration on this.
No, hell no. Don't do it. Say no, I swear.
In that case, he's gonna move into the Guardian of Fate's space, so he doesn't end within 10 turn of the wall of fire. He can't do much of anything, so he is just going to use his action to dodge for the time being, which will impose disadvantage on the Hydra's attacks against him. They still won't stop the acidic blood from attacking him, so he's going to dodge. Drakgar, it is your turn.
Unfortunately, all my attacks are physical, and I don't think we can really take another beating, so... I'm gonna move right in between these two.
Also, Wizzy Lizzy, for some reason, is stuck at the bottom of initiative. And he's been there for 2 rotations.
Oh, give me a second.
21.
Let me reroll. Let me reorder the thing. Give me a second. Descending. I mean, you did say that basically he was on standby, right? So.
Yeah, he's on standby until people needed healed, and then he would come out and start handing out potions.
Okay. What's it called? Would he be doing it this turn?
Yeah.
In that case, you can move him accordingly. Mind you, going through the openings in the into the Hydra's immediate vicinity is constituted as difficult terrain. So take that into account when moving with his token.
Can he use his action to move further?
Yes, action dash.
So this, how much is this? So
Basically
this
for
little
every,
would be 10?
basically yeah, you're moving at half speed in that in that space. So yeah, would be like 5 foot would equal 10 feet.
Okay, so it's 10. So that'd be 20, 25, 30. And then this music. He's going to like thump his tail on the ground, and he's gonna kind of like wiggle his satchel. So maybe that Dendron understands that if he comes over with Lizzie is stocked up on potions. And then that'll be his turn, so he's at least on the field.
Okay. In that case, we are moving on into Drakgar's turn. So you already moved over there, Drakgar. What will you do after moving?
I'm gonna not attack this turn because of his physical whatever, but instead I'm gonna wait and try to help Dendron and Rutgar if they get attacked.
So are you reading an action? Are you dodging? What are you doing?
I guess. Well, can I both dodge and use a reaction? So like, can I
no,
hold my action to dodge and then?
Because you're using your action to dodge, so you can't hold your action to then use it as your reaction.
No. Oh, okay. I was gonna hold my action to dodge, but then if Rutgar or whatever
just
gets
as a
attacked,
rule
I
of
was gonna
thumb,
use.
as a rule of thumb, holding your action to dodge is like a net is a negative for you because you could be doing an up attack with your reaction. You could be doing something else. with your reaction.
Okay. So I'll just end my turn and then save my reaction for if Rutgar and Dendron get attacked.
So okay, so what specifically is the reaction you're thinking of using?
I was, instead of attacking this turn, I was gonna just use what's it called? This if they get attacked is basically my plan right now.
And so well that just takes your reaction. You don't need to hold that. What's it called?
Yeah, so I can't use my dodge action and then use that. If
No,
they get
you
attacked,
can.
right?
You can use your action to dodge, and you just dodge for this turn, for this round rather, and then if they get attacked, you can use your reaction to do interception.
Okay, cool. That was what I was gonna. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. In that case, we're moving on to Moxia, who still sees like 3 people next to the fucking Hydra, therefore she can't use her fucking bow and arrow. She is gonna move to the next opening though, because now people are kind of lining up there. Yeah, she's gonna move right there. Still has a straight shot of the Hydra. Ready in action to attack. Rutger, realizing things are also looking pretty bad, he's gonna also use his action to dodge and say, "Why are we playing Ring Around the Rosie with this one? Well, if anybody has any ideas besides just using fire, though it looks like the fire is really working pretty well, we're all ears. For now, we'll keep it distracted, I guess. Try not to die."
I'm gonna suggest that if any of the melee fighters have a ranged weapon to back enough away that you're not gonna get hit by the acid, but try to use your ranged weapons for the time being until we can come up with a better plan.
Rutger does have a crossbow, like on his back. He's not particularly good with it because he's more like a melee fighter. What's it called? But he does kind of look back to you, Bouxfhades, and kind of nods along and says, "Aye, we can probably do that." He'll try to move away, I suppose, for the time being. Actually, yeah, no, he'll just move away for a time being.
10 feet. Okay, cool.
So move beyond the Guardian of Fate, making sure to avoid, the fire elemental, because he doesn't want to stand near, just in case. I said so instead of dodging, in that case, he's gonna ready an action to shoot at the Hydra with his crossbow once Dengren or Drakgar get away from it. Derek, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm thinking here. Maybe I could probably cast this one. Hopefully, it works on this kind of thing. What's intelligence, saving, and a sharing land for creature? Oh, I will cast Ralphine Psychic Lance at the Hydra since I could see it. And since I don't think the Hydra has an actual name, probably just the Hydra. I'll just look at it and say it's that one. Of course, it's at level 4. So it's 325. And of course, this makes that intelligence saving throw, or whatever it is. Oh my god. Come on, guy. Everybody die?
Sounds like it. Whose turn is? Oh, it's your turn right now.
I said I used my psychic lance.
Oh, I was muted throughout all of that. I was explaining how how it fails the saving throw. It just fails it with a 14, and you deal 25 points of psychic damage, and the Hydra is now incapacitated, meaning
You're welcome, guys.
that it
You're
cannot
welcome.
take its turn.
Come.
Hey, let's
You're welcome,
go.
guys. Easy. And then now it's time for Big Boy Fireman.
Yes,
To
what
walk
is the
up.
fire elemental doing?
Is go up there and just slap him. By that I mean his hold up, let me open this in. It's gonna multi-attack touch, of course. So twice. All right.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to ask. What's it called? Cass, are you streaming this one? I'll take that as a no.
She's muted it.
What's it called?
You did say she's in the potty.
Yeah.
You both
okay.
missed. So sad.
With a 13 and a 14, those both attacks will miss the Iron Scale Hydra.
Damn. 7. Wow, I would. It fucked. Would have been good damage right there. Oh well.
All right.
And then. What can I do now? I guess maybe. How many Bardic Inspiration? I have 2 left, I think. Because the one was that one was no. No, I used 1. What's the other one? I think I have 2 left, and then I'll give inspiration to Dengren.
Okay. How do you inspire Dengren?
Hey Dengren, you'll be fine. All right, just get out of there. Maybe you can hit some attacks, but maybe stay from the acid.
He looks at you and says, "Duly noted." I'm gonna. What should I use to mark him with Bardic Inspiration? I'm gonna use this little flag icon.
Then of course, when we start the Hydra's turn, it does 1d10.
Okay, so anything? Well, you would have used your bonus action at the end of your turn, and then the fire elemental would have gone. But yeah, what's it called? With your turn and the fire elemental's turn done, Porunga, what are you doing?
Alright, what is this red square in front of me?
The red square in front of you is a bed that has been set ablaze. That's how your party managed to conjure up the fire elemental by drawing from the fire from it.
Needs to be a big fire. It's still warm over here.
Okay. So I'm gonna go around it and to right here.
Don't be a baby. Jump over it like a man.
Yeah, you have wings. Fly over it.
And I don't have any wings.
Sure, says the one that flew like literally a couple days ago.
And then I'm going to cast Fireball behind it, like what Heliope did.
Hell yeah,
Okay.
please. Do-
So Fireball has a pretty fucking good reach, and if you can see the Iron Skull Hydra, then yeah, you can aim it right behind it. So the Iron Skull Hydra has to make a dexterity saving throw. Wasagi.
thank God.
Fails. Roll me
He
damage.
used
for
all
the
his juice on
Fireball.
the last one.
Give me the damage.
Yeah.
Give me that damage. I want that. I want to see a 40. Come on. Close enough.
32 points of fire damage. You see as one of the fucking heads of the Hydra, like the sort of like metallic scales around it seem to kind of like begin to weaken and meld as one of the heads begin to kind of dangle a little bit looser, but not quite enough to destroy it. It does take 32 points of fucking fire damage though, which is pretty legit. Anything else?
Need more. Come on, team.
1 second. I'm going to use the sorcery point and cast Firebolts. To quicken
shit's
it.
fine.
Sorry.
Okay, in that case, go ahead.
Rip.
Damn.
Sadly, yeah, you shoot a firebolt, but the many wiggling heads of the Hydra seem to just move a little bit too erratically for you to actually aim at proper one, and you miss your shot. Anything else?
I'm gonna move down here and get out of Derek's way. End my turn.
Okay. In that case, there we go. Iron Skull Hydra is incapacitated and therefore can't take its turn. Bouxfhades.
Welcome, guys.
Is just to make sure, there's no real possibility of like trying to grapple the creature in any way, right?
Huge
It also
size
takes
creature.
20 radiant damage.
Does
yeah, my-
I forgot. Yes, and it also takes the 9 points of fire damage as well. Does the Guardian of Fate require them to move, or just as long as they end or start their turn in the Guardian of Fate?
End or start their turn in the Guardian of Faith.
Well, it does have to make a dex save against the Guardian of Fate. So.
Oh, but you just said it was incapacitated, so it can't move.
Okay, so hold on. Could you put the spell on the chat real quick? I just want to make sure it works shortly. Being incapacitated doesn't prevent you from making saves. It just prevents you from taking actions.
Yeah, 1 second.
I think I have to hit it with another lance to keep you incapacitated next turn, guys.
I'm gonna go to the chat.
You're lagging. There you go.
The Guardian of Space moves into space. The turns exceed any creature has to the moves in space for the first time on a turn. It doesn't say if it's if it has to move or no, but we are gonna rule it that it does. Or well, rather,
No.
it doesn't
We've
need.
never done that for any of the other games.
You know, I misspoke. We're gonna rule that it doesn't need to move to trigger it. That's what I meant. What's it called? So yes, dex save. From it, Jesus. Makes it
Damn it.
takes 10 points of radiant damage. So
yep.
the Guardian of Fate takes has 10 points reduced from its total pool. Has it? Oh no, you only just casted the previous round, didn't you?
Yeah, I just casted it my previous turn.
Yes. So still has its full HP. So Bouxfhades, to answer your question, because of your strength, I can allow you to, at the very least, be able to shove it around.
That was kind of the goal. I wanted to grab it and drag it back toward the wall of fire.
But then it'll be right next to the water.
What's
While
it
it's
called?
incapacitated.
Yeah, you can do that. You can also just shove it forward into the wall of fire. Which,
Yeah, I'd rather do that. I didn't know I could shove it.
yeah, for clarification, shoving, just in case it needs to, you'll need a reminder, shoving takes place of one of your attacks. So you technically have 2 attempts to shove the Hydra if you want to do so.
I do. I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to move right to here. And I'm going to try to shove the Hydra toward the wall of fire and the fire elemental. What do I need to roll for that? Just a
You just need to roll me your athletics.
athletics.
Strength. Okay.
And the Hydra has to contest that with its own strength.
Damn it, Drakgar, if you were close, there's an up attack right there. God dang it.
The very athletic Hydra. Be careful.
Yeah, somehow, someway, it could beat LeBron James in a basketball game.
Gets shoved
Oh, no.
into the fire elemental. And well, it's already burning, so it doesn't double burn. But what's it called?
Right, but on the next turn though, won't the firewall do more damage to it?
Yes, hold on. The wall of fire deals damage to anything that's within 10 feet of it and ends its turn there. So right there. So the Hydra would be just in enough of a range to get burned by the wall of fire.
Porunga, what's the damage? Tell us.
Well, it'll be on the Hydra's turn if it ends its turn in that position. So you shove it 5 foot to the side. Anything else with this?
I think. I'm gonna switch for the time being. Is it possible to hold a light crossbow and a shield?
Not really, no. Light crossbow kind of requires both your hands to be free to be able to, aim it and shoot it. A hand crossbow.
I didn't know if it was like one of those like hand crossbow things. I wasn't sure what a light crossbow
there's
was.
a separate type of weapon that is just called a hand crossbow that you can't hold in one hand.
Oh, okay. Well then, for now, the main goal was I just want to raise my AC, so I want to equip my shield and longsword.
I'll allow you to do that, yeah, with your item interaction.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta make some ticks here. Where's my? Click that on. Okay. I think for because I can't move anymore, and I know I get a second attack, but that's still part of my action, right? I've already used my action.
Yes. So
Okay.
you effectively took the attack action and you replaced one of those attacks with a shoving attempt. You can still just straight up take a regular attack or shove again.
Let me just try to shove it one more time to see if I can push it a little further away from me.
Okay. In that case, the Iron Skull Hydra must make a strength check contested by your own athletics.
Okay. Let me.
Over.
Another good shove, and this one shoved 5 feet away from you. Would still be in range of both the Garden of Fate and the Fire Elemental, so.
Perfect. But now Drak is out of its acid range, but not Dingren, right?
As far as you're aware, the acid splash, to put it one way, kinda seems to reach somewhere around the 10-foot mark of its body. So yes, Dengren would still be in range.
Yeah.
And then I'll just do my turn there.
Okay, so you're in your turn there. Exandri, it's your turn.
Okay.
Damn you too, buddy.
Well, I don't have any more movement, bro. I'll just try and do the best I can.
Welp. At least they can run away, technically.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could say.
But at least they'll take more fire damage. That was the goal.
We're gonna fireball it to death.
Yeah, we're gonna burn it. Burn it. Burn it.
Can a
till I
fire
die.
elemental take fire damage?
No.
I get bigger. I get
Yeah,
bigger.
that's-
He gets bigger.
That's why when its turn ended, I didn't have it roll the deck save against the wall of fire, because it just wouldn't take any damage.
Got it. I figured. I just want to make sure.
I make the picture bigger. I can't. I'm so sad.
So he's so fucking close to this dude.
I'm in your axolotl.
So even if we attack the Hydra from this side, will he still take damage?
Rules as written, yes. What's it called? Basically, what's happening is that it's sort of secreting the blood from all its open wounds.
Alright.
You've so far seen that only slashing and piercing damage seem to do the trick when, to cause the caustic blood to appear.
Alright, well, I will. Let's see. So that was 5, 10. So if I were here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I would have went here then. And, my hand is gonna grow with its black necrotic seeping up past my elbow. I'm gonna reach out, I'm gonna use inflict wounds.
Okay, so inflict wounds, go ahead.
Go into front page. Scrolling down. Oh, I went down too far.
Oof. Sadly, a 10 will miss the Iron Scale Hydra as you try to reach out to one of the heads, but it kind of like seems to harden itself and kind of push you away. Anything else?
Yeah, I keep forgetting I have that now.
Some battle music. Menu battle music.
Yeah, no, that's fine for now.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, in that case, Heliope. Kinda just doesn't want to move too close to the wall of fire, but she needs to be actually able to see the Hydra as it's moving around. 5 feet over here to get next to the wall. She's gonna look over at the Hydra, who's still incapacitated, I believe, and will hit the Hydra with another magic missile. This time at level. Yeah, this time at level 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4 missiles. So that's 2 elf points of damage on the Hydra. Force damage doesn't seem to trigger the acid either. At this point, you guys are seeing the Hydra begin to breathe raggedly. All 10 of its heads are beginning to droop down. It is looking like it's reaching its last legs.
Oh my god.
Dengren
We need to die,
is
guys.
going to still not quite risk it. He's going to disengage and move away.
Run! This guy needs to run.
Disengage, moves away. As he says, "My friends, y'all can handle the rest of it, right? It looks like it's just about to drop dead." It's moving the fuck away. What is Wizard doing? Exandri?
He will 5, 10, 15. Who's under my Guardian of Faith?
Drakgar.
Drakgar.
I
Only
can't
him.
see his health. How is it looking?
I got
Give me a
35.
Below 50%.
Well, I'm gonna go with Lizzie. Lizzie's not gonna be able to notice your health because you're hiding behind the Guardian of Faith. Lizzie is gonna walk over to Degrid, and then he will open up the patch so he could pull out a potion, and he will wait there and kind of be Degrid's little beat shield for a moment.
Okay. In that case, yeah, pulls out one of the healing potions from the satchel that kind of dangles around its body, and that'll be it for Wizard. Drakgar.
How high up is Exandri flying right now? Or is she in melee range?
I'm fine.
Yes, flying 15 feet,
how
which
high?
is roughly
15, okay.
15 feet, which is roughly around a couple of feet lower than the actual ceiling.
Yeah, so it's high enough to not get hit by the right.
You
'Cause
believe
it's 10
so?
feet.
You believe
Okay.
so?
Alright, so
I'm
Actually,
up here boxing its faces.
give me one moment. I may, if I'm calculating the size of the creature correctly. Actually, no. Exandri is within range of the acidic blood because she had to actually move within 5 feet of the Hydra to attack with inflict wounds.
She gonna
Oh,
get acid on her wings.
so she's within 5 feet.
Yeah, I don't care.
yes.
Let's go for it.
Your wings will get deformed.
Yeah, but melee attack. Do I want to do this?
So you're gonna get juice all over my fire elemental.
Can be a
You're gonna get juice all over my fire elemental, he said.
I think the fire
Okay,
elemental will be okay.
I don't care about your fire
Mad-
elemental. I'm gonna move right here, and then hold my action to dodge again. It's still incapacitated, right?
It won't be once Derek's turn comes up. What's it called? Again,
Had to put it back.
to reiterate, holding your action to dodge does you nothing. Because it uses up your reaction to do something that you could just do as your action.
Okay.
So you can still
10.
try to swing. As I pointed out, it does look like it's reaching its last breath. What's it called? But it's up to you. What do you decide to do?
Oh, she's still 15 feet away from it, though.
Well, no,
right?
No,
she's
she's
not
15
because how
touched
big-
it.
She's 15 feet up in the air, but the Hydra itself is 15 feet tall, and she had to get close to the Hydra to attack with inflict wounds.
Okay. I have a question about this. I'm assuming no, but I'm gonna ask anyways, just in case. But where's that? Oh my gosh. Where? Basically, the reaction to the attack. Would that work if Exandri gets attacked by the acid attack, or can I use my?
I believe with interception, the creature you're protecting. Let me double check. Creature, you can see the. Sadly, you wouldn't be able to because Exandri would need to be within 5 feet of you. Yeah, would need to be within 5 feet of you. I would rule it that you can block the acid for Exandri, but she's not close to you.
Yeah. Okay. Does it look like it's really bloody? So it looks like
It
it's
is
like a really bloody
beyond
right
bloodied. It is beyond bloodied. It's looking pretty fucked up.
You're
now.
welcome.
Okay. Then I'm gonna try to finish it off with my great axe.
All right, then go ahead. 23 hits for 14 slash and 7 radiant. Well, two things are going to happen. One is that acid splashes from you as you cut into the Hydra, which means that Drakgar, Xandri, and the Fire Elemental take 3. Oh, okay, it rolled pretty bad. 3 points of acid damage, which is, nothing in the grand scheme of things. What's it called? And the second is that you're gonna have to tell me how do you want to do this.
Yes!
Oh my god, thank god.
Slice that bitch in half!
Yeah, basically. I'm gonna. Yeah, what she said.
I mean, well, we often have. Yeah, we we often have these problems of you not quite RPing or describing things, which has caused you trouble in the past. So this is now your time where you can exercise those creative bones of yours, and creative muscles of you rather, and describe how does Drakgar, the Goliath Barbarian with a gigantic fucking great axe to his name that matches his own size, if not exceeds it, cuts down a multi-headed metallic Hydra.
Well, while it's laying on the ground unconscious, I grab my axe like above my head, and then I slice down as hard as I can and split it open.
So you kind of bring your great axe up, and what's it called? You find that sort of like gap in between all of its 10 fucking heads, and kind of like find the actual main body mass as the mass of heads kind of untangles itself on its last, death throes, and you bring the axe down directly into the creature, making this horrible. Like combination of sounds. First of all, the sound of like metal, like crashing against metal, but also the sound of almost like flesh, being torn open. As indeed, underneath the metallic scales does lie, like the fleshy body of the Hydra. There's a horrible crack that accompanies that, as a portion of the main body of the Hydra is split by your attack. And in this last sort of like death throes, just lets out like a horrible, monstrous, scream of pain, and it falls dead on the ground. The Hydra has been
by the way.
killed.
Now we gotta find the sword.
All right, start. Whose sword is it? Who wanted the sword?
I'm gonna run over and jump on Drax's back and just start being like, "Yeah, boy,
It's mine. It's mine." Like my
You're not
stuff.
getting
No.
it, Derek.
I already have my
What?
own magical. I have an axe that actually is living, so I think I'm okay.
But I walk over and congratulate Drac. And then I guess I look at him and say, "Well, I guess we better start doing the dirty work." And then I guess we carefully cut open the Hydra's stomach if we can find it easily from him splitting it in half.
Because the creature is no longer flailing and thrashing around and moving all over the place, though acidic blood does still seep from its wounds, it doesn't, shoot out and like spray all over the place like it was doing moments ago. You just kind of have to be careful where you cut so that you don't accidentally, like get some of that in your hands, or your face or whatever. What's it called? I would imagine Porunga would drop concentration on the wall of fire at this point.
Yes.
Okay, so the
And
wall
then
of fire
hopefully
is
Derek
good.
would desummon the fire elemental.
It doesn't.
Hold up. I'm gonna let chill for a bit.
Sadly, the elemental doesn't get desummoned as per the rules of the spell. It just either Derek has to maintain concentration for the full hour or so that it gets to be here, or somebody else can cast banishment on to send it back to the to the elemental plane of fire.
Send it to the
I'm
show.
gonna
No.
I'm gonna let it chill. I'm gonna let it just chill.
Okay.
It's
The
fine. He won't do
elemental
nothing.
is just gonna wander around aimlessly for a time being, making sure to not burn any of you. What's it called? Porunga walks up to Dangren, pats him in the back, says, "Good job there, fella." He kind of, you see him like acid burns over his body. He looks pretty messed up himself, but so does a lot of your frontline fighters at this point. And kind of looks back at you, Porunga, and says, "Well, not my best performance in combat, if I say so myself, but I do thank you all for saving my life. In the future, however, if you have any more assignments for us, would they not be as dangerous as this?"
Whoop, noted.
Noted. Our mental's like, "Rrr."
What's it called?
It's just chill.
Fire Elemental says something
be
in its own language, but none of you speak it. So, what's it called? Rutger kind of takes like a sit, takes a seat in the ground, looks over at you guys that are carving up the body of the Hydra, and asks, "You need any help over there, or do you have it?"
I sit and think for a second. Is he proficient in any kind of skill that would help us dissect this Hydra?
Do you ask him?
Yeah, be like, yeah, you know how to dissect the Hydra and find its stomach?
Not really. I just thought you needed the help. Because, kind of looks over at Drakgar and says, the Drakgar over there seems to be about to drop.
I'm fine.
just-
Don't worry about it.
I just look at him, I pat him on the shoulder, say, "Go get you a health potion, buddy."
It's just a flesh.
Will do.
You guys grab some water and just douse it over the stomach to see, maybe the acid loses its acidity.
But yeah, I'm gonna continue to, I guess, try to search for this sword or anything else that the Hydra may have inside of it of value.
Heliope is also looking pretty hurt. She's gonna hang back with the rest of her allies. Moxia kind of comes out of hiding. Well, not really hiding, but comes out of the little hallway that she was in, and says, "Well, that could have gone a lot better, but I suppose it's fine that it's dead now, huh?"
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for the acid, but stuff happens.
So, Bouxfhades or Drakgar, seeing as the two of you are, carving up the creature, I need one of you. Actually, just before I ask that, are any of you proficient in survival?
I am.
I am.
Okay.
What's that?
So if you're both proficient in survival, one of you can do a survival check, benefiting from advantage because the other one, who is proficient in the skill, is helping.
Okay. I guess I'll roll it.
Up to y'all.
See?
Whichever of you two.
Are you good with that, Drac?
Sure.
All right.
Oh God!
Motherfucker.
Wow.
What's it
bad.
called? You're being to kind of dig
bad.
into the Hydra's body, and you don't quite really get a good angle on the initial incision, I guess, of your carving. Bouxfhades, you take 5 points
Yeah, I
of acid
figured.
damage. Cause
I
some
had
of
a
it kind of
feeling.
falls, some of it kind of falls on your hand, and you're not able to do a lot of progress. You can still you can try again if you wish.
I'll
Just
try again.
every time you fail, there's a
Should I
risk
do it this time?
of getting the acid.
I'm gonna try to redeem myself, and if I fail again, it's all you, bro.
Alright.
Let me take my 5 points of damage. Hold up. Alright. Redemption. Damn it.
That's a 10. Again,
Oh my God.
not quite getting the angle correctly. This time you were too careful, and so your weapon doesn't even kind of like dig into the, like the proper part of the skin of the flesh of the Hydra. What's it called? Thankfully for you, you don't take acid damage this time around. But that was a close shave.
I just gotta look over at Drac, and I'm like, you want to give this a try?
I'll just shake my head and say, "This is how it's done," and then bam.
I'd have laughed if he got a 1 after he said that.
So
Oh, bad.
Double that
Drakgar.
one.
So Drakgar, you being an what's it called, an outdoorsman, an outlander, what's it called? You kind of have like a idea of where to begin carving. You've never really carved out the Hydra before, but you think to yourself, maybe its body structure is not too dissimilar from like a really large lizard or other creature of its ilk. So you kind of take like the cutting instruments away from Bouxfhades and begin to dig into the Hydra yourself. What's it called? Eventually, you feel your tools reach a kind of supple point into its body, and you just drag it along, and you see as the contents of the Hydra's stomach spill out onto the ground in front of you. What's it called? The acidic, both the blood and the stomach acid. At this point, now that they've been exposed, I guess, to the exterior for far enough, seem to slowly start losing its acidic properties. Amongst the contents that have been spilled from the Hydra stomach, you see what appears to be a couple of things that can catch your eye. First of all, you would see a lot of. You will see a couple of rings, kind of like this emerald encrusted rings that seem to be, somewhere in the fluids. You see a medallion that appears to be done with this kind of like sapphire looking sort of like precious stone, and the thing that stands out to you the most out of all of the contents of the Hydra is what appears to be a sort of like long, kind of jagged looking like sword. If I had like a comparison as to how this kind of would look, it kind of looks like a silver version of I think it's called Frostmourne from from World of Warcraft, the Lich King sword. What's it called? Kind of like a silver version of that. What's it called?
Frostmourne? Hell yeah, dude.
So yeah, there are other things obviously that spill out from the Hydra's stomach, but they mostly just range from half digested animals to other things that are too far along the digestion process to be recognizable. But yeah, so the obvious that do stand out to you are the rings, the metal, and the sword.
I'll pick up the sword and inspect it to see how if it's dissolving or if it's badly damaged from the Hydra.
Doesn't even look scratched.
I look at Drac and I'm kind of like, huh, that's weird. You would think that it would have some kind of damage after being in acid for so long.
Yeah, but if it's magical, it might be a lot stronger. So
That's true. Do we know anyone who could, assess it and see what kind of properties it has?
We could take it to the. Yeah.
Do what?
Take it back to the ship.
That's the big two giant guys that make stuff.
And then, what do you think about that other stuff there? The medallion and the rings. We should probably take those too, I guess.
Yeah. Wait. How much? How many? Whatevers were there? Like how many rings? And how many,
2 rings and 1 medallion. These ones do seem to have suffered some degree of damage due to being in the higher stomach acid for an indeterminate amount of time. But you believe maybe a good polish might be able to get them back to their luster. They look pretty expensive.
Medallion. It's a medallion.
So they're too dirty or beaten up to identify right now.
It's not that they're beaten up to identify. Is that because they have suffered damage, you get an idea they might not actually be like magical. But
that's what I was gonna ask.
Do look pretty expensive. Assuming you give them like a polish or something.
Okay, cool. That was what I was gonna ask. So I guess we'll just grab that stuff.
And I'll just pick the sword, and I guess we'll gather the party and see if there's anything else we need to do here before we leave.
And I spit on all the stuff that has to do with Lutheria as I leave.
Well, I think didn't you say they were already pulling all the Lutheria stuff out of the building?
Well, yes,
No, you know
but
what?
the remember there are
Confused.
like these runic symbols that are. I'm sorry, that are engraved along the walls that kind of delimit the, I guess, the domain of the Hydra, so to speak.
Oh,
Yeah, F you, Lutheria. F you, Lutheria.
Yeah.
As we walk away from it.
Derek can do what he wants to the walls. He
F
can
you, I'm
spit, pee, whatever he feels like.
I want to be a monkey. Honestly, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm gonna walk up behind him and give him a solid slap on the back and say, "You know what? You did a good job today, buddy."
Medj. I did
You're
almost
mad 'cause
everything.
you did.
Did almost everything. You're right. Thanks.
I just roll my eyes and walk away.
Dispel your fire beast?
Yeah, I'm gonna let him be out here for a bit, and then he'll probably dispel once the cast is over.
Okay. I cast banishment. Get rid
Hey,
of
why you gotta be so mean?
the
You think I'm the evil one?
the fire
You are the
elemental.
Wow.
The fire
know
elemental
the
needs to
evil
make
one.
a charisma saving throw.
Riz, just go, Riz. Come on. All right, I can't roll that. You have to roll that for me.
You should have access
Did I roll
to
that?
a cheat.
Hold on, I'm alright. All right. Cheat roll.
Watch the fire elemental have all the riz.
Learn it from me, charisma. Let's go.
Fire elemental speak.
Wow.
And in a flash
Absolute no
of
riz.
light, the fire elemental disappears from the material plane as it's vanished
Ooh.
back to the
Why you gotta be
elemental plane
so
of fire.
mean? Don't be so mean. He was just telling around.
What was the language that it spoke?
It spoke a dialect of primordial
Ignan.
known as Ingen.
Ignan.
Ignan, my bad.
Ingen. Yeah, Ingen.
Do you
Oh,
speak
actually-
primordial?
I know that one.
Wait,
Oh my
what?
god, Porunga. God
that
damn
case-
it.
You would have been able to understand what the elemental was saying. It was saying something. It was saying something along the lines of when this summoner unleashes my chains, I shall burn him to ashes. But
Hey,
you know,
maybe we should.
but then
Too bad, too
but then he got banished and was saying, "I will return." And
Damn it.
disappeared.
Yeah, because I'm gonna do it. That's.
Another.
Oh, well, guys. You guys keep effing up the chances to kill me. What?
Another missed opportunity. Said.
That's not my fault. It's your fault.
But yes,
You get good.
as far as you're aware, that seemed to be the the item you're looking for, the sword that spilled out from the Hydra stomach.
Wow.
What's it
Get your
called?
return it when you're done.
Return it to who?
Right?
Well, you know the mother's dead. So you probably give it to the daughter when. The scene. That's fine. We can keep it. It's fine. We'll just say, "Oh, we found it on the trash."
Anyway, well, I guess we'll head back to because Darian and everyone is still on the ship, right?
As far as you're
Yeah.
aware, yes, they did walk back to the ship.
Okay, then yeah, well, I guess we'll just all head back toward the ship since we're done here. I mean, there's nothing else to do that I'm aware of, unless there's anything Xandri wants to do.
I'm gonna check the water.
Mm,
I'm gonna walk up to the water.
Okay.
And can I cast? I'm gonna ritually cast detect magic to see if I could see if there's anything magical within the pond while they were like doing all that shit with the Hydra.
You cast detect magic. As far as you can tell, there's nothing inside the water or in the surface that pings magical. You do, now that you're this close to the water, you do notice that there are things, bones, presumably at the bottom of the little pool of water. You also notice there's a tunnel. It appears to be some form of underwater tunnel that leads somewhere. The way the tunnel appears to be structured, it seems to point outside of the of the compound, perhaps.
Oh boy.
Other than that, you don't, like I said, you don't detect anything magical. Well,
But
the sword.
was
The sword would ping magical, I suppose. But yeah, go ahead.
so there is something magical in there, or it was just a tunnel?
Oh no, my bad. What I meant is the sword that came out of the Hydra's stomach would ping as magical, but nothing in the water does.
Okay. But did you say there was a tunnel?
There appears to be, yes.
I'm gonna call Wizzy Lizzy over here. And I'm gonna ask Wizzy Lizzy if he can swim down into the tunnel and check and see what's going on.
He does. He kind of dives into, after, if anybody requests hidden potions from him, he probably hand them out, and after he's done doing that...
I would have definitely taken the satchel off of him before he went deep diving.
Yes, I was gonna say, like, he would make sure everybody grabs their potions, or, that you remove the satchel, and then would dive down into the pool of water. Disappears from view for a couple of minutes, after which it, he comes back, kind of with a bit of a jump from the water, as lands right here next to you. And it looks to you kind of like, you can't really tell the expression because it's like a lizard face, but it does. He does kind of just like shake his head, almost as if to indicate that there's probably nothing of note down there.
I could have just used my ring and been like, "What'd you see, Wizzy Lizzy?"
So do you use your ring of speak with animals?
Yeah, I'll use my ring so I can get a more of a description of what he's in.
Would probably tell you
something exactly what it is. So.
Would probably tell you something on the lines of, the tunnel is big enough to lead outside, but it leads to the ocean. I didn't see anything else.
You're such a good boy, and I give him scritchies under his chin.
Thanks. I think that if we would have let the monster get away, it would have swam into the ocean, and we would have not been able to catch it.
That's true. That is true. Good thing we walled off this pond. Porunga, you're brilliant, my guy.
It wasn't Porunga last time they did it, so sad.
Other than that, I didn't find anything else. Well, I found some bones. I kind of digs its tail into the, into the water, and then flicks it, and you see as like a couple of bones that don't quite look to be humanoid, like land on the ground next to you.
Next.
Besides that, would you guys be on your way to return to the ship at this point?
Yeah, and how many health potions did we get to use, or were you?
How many did Wizard had on the satchel?
Wizard has 10 healing potions. So far, all I know is Drakgar took one, and he still needs to roll for it. And then my brother took one, so he's down to 8.
Okay, so I get one. Okay. Is it a D?
It's just a normal potion and a 2d4.
2d4 plus.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, Drak put it in the chat, but he picked up the javelins of lightning.
Yes, I did note that. What's it called? It was stuck in the wall of the cave, so you would have just been able to retrieve it.
Yeah.
2d4
Well,
plus 2, right?
he got both of them. The other one too.
Yeah, my bad. Yes, I forgot you guys tossed 2 of those.
Yeah.
One of them was stuck in the Hydra's body. What's it called? So,
know-
you guys would be on your way to return to the ship for the purposes of
I'll
time.
also.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I'm gonna also
Well,
hand one of my javelins to Bouxfhades to use, so we both get one now.
Okay.
I
Bruh.
just look at him and go like, "Are you sure?"
You've earned it, buddy.
I just kind of do a little happy dance and then say thank you and then walk away.
That and he can't throw one for shiz.
Okay. For the purposes of time, I'm gonna move you guys back to the map of the Island of Themis. What's it called? Here's what's gonna happen. As you guys begin to make your way back to the ship, Moxia would take a bit of a stop, looks at you guys, and says, "Well, all of this has been very much of a mixed bag. At the end of the day, I do have to thank you all for getting me to where I am at the moment. I hope that this is the continuation of a much fruitful friendship, or at the very least, an allegiance." But
You missing anything?
I believe. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna nod to her and say, "Yeah, I think it will be as long as everybody holds up their end of the deal."
Right. Don't worry. I'll whip all the Amazons into shape. All of what they've done in the past will be not much more than just a distant memory eventually. But I believe that this is where we might part ways. Now, let's not make too sappy of a reunion or rather a farewell. But, for whatever it's worth, I do recognize that on some level, a pretty high level at that, your skills are the real deal. Perhaps the Titans might be defeated just yet. Especially now that you managed to make your way to that fancy sword. Kinda looks at the Titansbane. Or what you presume to be Titansbane.
I look at her and I'm like, but before we go, I guess I could ask you, what do you know about this sword as far as its abilities or what it can do?
I only know what the stories say about it. That it belonged to an ancient being almost as old as Lutheria and Sidon themselves. Other than that, I'm afraid my knowledge on what it truly is capable of is not quite entirely accurate.
It was worth a shot. I appreciate it.
But I have a feeling that it'll be quite useful to you should you decide to use it.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. I guess unless anybody else has any business with you, we'll part ways.
I'll walk up the box. Yeah.
Okay.
And I will be like, you know what the future could hold if we failed on our mission. Do your best to protect yourself from the Amazons, and we'll be in touch. Your sister's sending stone is currently in the works of being repaired. And it should work by the end of the night. If you need us, give us a call. If we need you, we'll give you a call. Hopefully you will be willing to help. And hopefully sometimes you and Darian can just have conversation with downtime.
It would be a very awkward conversations, but I suppose not outside of the realm of possibility.
Just look at it this way. Having conversations with her and forging a bond just secures you a better, higher seat in the future. Whether it be in my choice or as her right here.
I'll keep that in mind, of course. And you might want to also keep a couple of things in mind. Today we were pretty lucky to dispatch of the Hydra, but it was very close for some of your allies that you brought along. She kinda looks over at Dengren, Rutger, and even Calliope, who got bit by the Hydra earlier in the fight. And says, don't throw away their lives haphazardly. They might understand the risks, but if you want to do what you claim you want to do and bring along a brighter tomorrow and all of that, then do watch out for the lives of those under you. I shouldn't be telling you this, but I suppose I just wanted to give you the reminder, just in case.
You should probably be telling that to the rest of the party.
Well, I would, but only you and the big guy, well, the other big guy seems to gesture at everybody's, seem to have any particular way of leadership among them.
True.
Now, I believe I must present myself to my people as the new Queen Regent. That will be an interesting sight to see. But you have your own quest, and here is where mine will continue. Yours will take you somewhere else, and I hope that you are able to withstand what comes later, because it's only going to get more difficult from here. So, I wish you the best, and hopefully we can continue our partnership at some point in the future. Give my best regards to everyone back at the ship. She kinda does like a... almost like a bit of a slight bow that you can't exactly tell if it's like sincere or not, but she does seem to kind of have like this sort of calm smile on her face as she turns away, looking across the horizon that is the natural landscape of the Island of Themis. What will you guys do?
Was it just those two talking?
No, everybody would have been around. She would have been able to say this to everybody.
Because I thought like, wait a minute, wasn't she supposed to lead us to where Drakgar's mom was supposed to be at? Now she's leaving. Wait
She
a
gave
minute.
you all the indication of where she might be. But somebody was about to say something.
I'm just saying.
I thought I heard someone making noises. Was
Cass was
Yeah.
going ooh 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 ooh, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, I have a side quest. Could we go talk to short girl who was handling the basilisks?
Nura?
Yura, yeah. Can we go ask for some vials of blood from the basilisks?
If you can find her.
Well, wasn't she still at the ship, or like with the other scouts, or did she go back?
As far as you can tell, she was somewhere around that area, but you're not 100% sure if she might still be there. What's the call? You could go looking for her. What's the call? Not too long after you begin kind of like getting a bit more closer towards the ship. You would begin to see in the distance how the mechanical birds, the Stimfei, that the Amazons use as their scouts, seem to be kind of en masse, kind of like flying from one point of the island to the other. Crisscrossing, paths eventually, almost as if, something's beginning to happen in the background. What's it called? It doesn't take you too long to eventually find one of the forward camps that the Amazons has set nearby the vicinity of the Ultras, where you do eventually come across Nura, the dwarven Amazon that was, taking care of the basilisks. What's it called? Is her plus, I'll say, like roughly like a dozen or so, Amazon warriors, with some with rhinoceros, some with Stimfei, seem to be, hanging around in this forward camp. You see as Stimfei seems to arrive from, the air and land somewhere like this. How do I word this? Kind of like a perching post, basically, for the Stimfei. She would look over at you and say, there you are. So, are you still enjoying your land?
Yeah, actually, I hope here soon in the future we could come back on a different mission and maybe just actually enjoy the surroundings and the people. This has been a little chaotic, a little bit too much acidic for me. But I do have a question, because I know that you're a really good caretaker for some of the creatures on the island, like the basilisks.
She raises her eyebrow.
Would it be possible if, do you know how to make basilisk potions so when people are petrified, they could be unpetrified?
I do. You do know it requires to basically, grab the pouch inside the throat of a basilisk, right?
Yes. It's secretion gland, correct?
Yes, which will kill it.
Oh. Okay. Well then, 2 questions. 1, by chance do you have a spare potion we may have? We got a really tough fight coming up, and without a doubt, this person most likely is going to have basilisks roaming her cave? Castle? Cave?
Kinda.
We only have, we have more than one, I believe, but off the top of my head, I know we only have one. We only have, one current potion in our possession.
I may have some on me from some of my little beauties that have passed away already, that we harvested for their pouches. I could spare one, I suppose, but but there's only so many of these that I have. I don't suppose I could convince you to try and trade for it?
Yeah, what would you like to trade? Maybe I have something.
Well, seeing as we're going to be in the process of having a new queen for the time being. There's going to be a hectic couple of weeks, and not a lot are going to accept the change in regime right away. Any supplies you can spare that we can trade for this, we'll accept. Healing, food, munitions, armor.
Ammo. You guys got.
Armor, she said.
Oh. After the Amazons rocking around with some Glocks, like what?
They got some nines out here, you know.
The Amazons are all gunslingers. It's canon.
Hell yeah, let's go.
I cast 9mm.
I'm sorry. Oh, my tummy hurts. Okay. Yeah. Let me see what I got. Food-wise, we're not too great on ourselves. We could help maybe track down some animals for you if your guys are running low on food supplies. Maybe help a hunting party for you before we leave.
I kind of, as Cass says that, I was like, that's not a bad idea considering we could use a little more food ourselves.
Wait, didn't we kill a rhino?
We took 2 rhinos.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're still gonna. I mean, we have 2 giants with us now. I'm sure they eat a lot.
Let's see what I got here.
We do
Ooh, I have
lot
a
of
fuck
food.
ton of wine. I'll just scroll through my list of shit that I have.
I give you back everything you gave me.
Uh-huh.
I got. Alright, so I had.
Like on the day that you were AFK and I was playing you.
No, it was that one day you told me to just hold on to everything. I had everything still.
Mondays. Oh, let's look here.
So they, actually no, I don't think they want that. Never mind.
Supplies, like, I just don't know what she would want. Question. Do I know if we go, say we were in Mitros, is there a way to have a shipment delivered here?
Well, seeing as you yourself don't have much in the way of authority in Mitros, though your fame is considerable there, this would kind of be down
no, I
to...
meant, like, if we bought supplies and a shipment route to bring it here.
It could be possible. There's always the risk of the shipment being intercepted by, pirates or other dangers, but it's theoretically possible.
Alright, well, the only thing I have to trade for her, you guys, is the rest of my band-aids.
Would you be...
Do we want to go hunt?
Did she perk up at the hunting idea at all, or?
She does look at you like... almost as if trying to determine what are you planning.
Well, I only have bandages that I can give her, which I can hand those over. I can buy more when we go to Mitros. I can give you these bandages for your training regiments. On top of that, we can join a hunting party for you and help procure some food.
We are good enough at hunting ourselves, but I am interested in some of those healing supplies that you talked about, bandages and the like. How many of them do you have?
I can give her the rest, which is... Okay, so my bandage box is open, obviously. And I had... And it's 10 per box. Let me scroll up. I have 2 boxes I could give her. And that'd be the end of my bandages. 2 boxes and 1. bandage. Actually, 2 boxes. I'll put the 1 bandage on my brother.
How much did that heal me for?
I don't remember. I gotta scroll down and look.
And thank you.
What is it? Healer's kit.
1d6 plus 4.
Yeah. You roll it.
Come on, give me a 6.
Well,
I'll take it.
It will be 1d6 plus 4, plus however many hit die maximum you have at the moment, which is 8.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
So 15.
Yes, I believe.
That's a pretty big heal. Ooh, thank you.
Less. So you're gonna be trading your healer's kits for the Basilisk Coil. Hello?
What?
You're gonna be trading your healer's kit for the Basilisk Coil?
Yeah.
She looks over and kind of does like a gesture to some of the Amazons, pointing at a couple of, what appears to be some kind of satchels that are kind of left dangling from what appears to be kind of like a post just a little bit in the interior of a tent. And, the Amazons kind of fetch the satchel for her, bring it over to her, reaches into it and grabs what appears to be one of the bottles of Basilisk Oil, and says, if you know how this works, then you know that you need to actually apply this within the day after someone gets petrified. So, otherwise, it'll have no effect.
Correct, yes.
Hands you over the Basilisk Oil. What's it called? So basically she's offering the bottle for the 2 boxes.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
So, she kind of takes the healer's kits, passes them over to one of the other Amazons, hands you the Basilisk Oil. Well,
Thank you.
not sure precisely what you're fighting against, that you would need a something like that. But I suppose you better make good use of it.
As for my second question, off the wall question, do you have basilisk blood, like some vials of blood from the basilisk?
Why?
Well, my grandpa makes magical items, and some magical items can actually be procured with basilisk blood.
She kind of seems a little bit confused, taken aback, and says, I don't believe I keep any of it. Not a lot that can be distilled from basilisk blood. Sorry, but I think I might come up short here. Pun not intended.
No worries. Thought I would ask, as it does help make magical items. Is it hard to obtain?
Well, out of character, you could have definitely killed those basilisks back then. But,
But we didn't know back then that we needed basilisks. Like, we didn't even know about the forge yet.
Well, no, I was referring to the basilisks in this island that you found.
This island, yeah.
You've
yeah, but
known
that
about
was
the forge forever.
Yeah. But we didn't want to lower cover.
I mean, hey,
Yeah, I don't think the basilisk hander would be so nice with us if we killed her pets.
You would imagine
Really?
so. What's it called? Yeah, it might not take kindly to that, but hey, that's the price of sparing lives. What's it called? So, sadly, she can't provide you the basilisk blood because, she doesn't. Not something that she keeps around, just on hand. What's it called?
Could we just buy a basilisk off of her?
Are you gonna ask her that?
That was like a out of game question. I was just curious if that's even a thing. Like, would she be like?
Would you be willing to part with one?
She looks at you like, what? Sorry, could you repeat that again? It sounded like you wanted to buy one of my basilisks.
Yeah, no, that's what we said.
I'm sorry, but for what reason? It's just so you can harvest this blood?
Unfortunately, yes.
Look, I understand that every piece of the animal has to be used somehow. I, of course, have had to, well, harvest some of my own basilisks that have already passed away. But it wouldn't sit right with me if I gave you one just so you can kill it. Not when they can still be, around used for hunting. So, the answer is a no. Sorry.
No worries. I'm going to ask it. Alright, well, I'm done here then.
Okay. Anybody else would want... Oh,
I just kind of thank her for her time and her help for earlier on the island, and tell her we'll get out of her hair.
She nods and says, I must say you're all a very strange group of travelers, but well, in case it hasn't been told to you enough already, I thank you for everything that you've done. Hopefully, now that things are changing around here, we'll be able to establish different lines of communications with the outside. More than don't just involve hostility.
Well, I really hope that works out.
She nods along and kind of looks over at one of the Amazon warriors and says, "Alright, they're leaving, and we are too. I need to go back to the other camps. Let them know that there's some things going to be happening soon." The other Amazons kind of begin to pack up their tents, their bedrolls and the like, putting them in this variety of like saddlebags or tying them to the saddles that they have on the rhinoceros. What's it called? With that, however, you guys, would you guys now be heading back to the ship properly?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And you do so.
Go ahead. For point of information, just so I've got it in my notes right. Wait, is Titansbane? It is a long sword, right? Not a two-handed sword.
It does appear to be a long sword.
Okay. I just want to make sure I had it in my notes correctly.
What's it called? Yes, it does appear to be a long sword. Doesn't seem big or wide enough to be a great sword.
Got it. Okay.
What's it called? You guys eventually make it back to the shore, load up in the rowboats, and make your way back to the Ultras. During the ride back, you do begin to see, like along the shore, like a couple of patrols of the Amazons, riding on. I was about to say horseback, but it's rhino back. What's it called? Like around the area. You do spot in like the what you believe would be the silhouette or at least the figure of Moxia somewhere around. That seems to be looking your way as you depart, but also at some point turns around and begins to walk to a group of the Amazon warriors that are around. You can only imagine what she's going to tell them, but hopefully it is something that benefits you in the future. You guys eventually make it all the way back to the ship. The soldiers pull up the rowboats, and you are welcome once again with open arms to the Ultras. I'm gonna move you guys back to the world map for a little bit. What's it called? You would see as a lot of the sailors have already began, to do like preparations, tying ropes, making sure the sails are all, up to par. What's it called? It seems everybody is mobilizing, around the Ultras to make sure that they are ready and awaiting orders. You see at some point in the deck, Bront, who is too fucking big to fit in segments of the ship, seems to be kind of sitting down using one of the sails to cast some shade on himself to begin tinkering with the the sending stone that you gave him. Or rather, well, he's already been tinkering on it. It seems to be applying some sort of like strange sort of like paste almost on the crack that it has. What would you guys do? Or would you begin to start setting your course for the next destination?
I could probably go down into my room and try to clean up the sword as best as possible. That way I could try to figure out more about it.
You go down to your quarters. At this point, people begin to kind of like spread out. Rutger, Dengren, Heliope. They do like a sort of like respectful sort of like salute to you guys before they excuse themselves to rest up their injuries. What's it called? You go all the way down to your quarters, grab what you would usually use to polish either your armor or your own greatsword, and begin to kind of wipe off whatever imperfections or grime or other substance may have still be left on the sword. Are you proficient in Arcana?
No, I'm proficient in what one of the forging or what's the
Smith's tools?
Weapon making? Yeah, smith tools, but not Arcana.
Give me a second. You can make me a check with your Smith's tools using intelligence.
Oh God. Okay.
Well, use intelligence or wisdom. I'll let you choose.
Both are equally terrible. So, I always do this wrong? Do I do the big button, not the one, not the save one, right?
What do you mean?
Like to do an intelligence check, I do the actual intelligence button, not the one that's in the saving throws.
Yes, you just click the word intelligence or perception or
Okay.
wisdom. We'll add your proficiency bonus to this because you are using your Smith's tools to sort of like identify the handiwork of the weapon.
Okay.
Or craftsmanship rather.
Ugh. Yeah, I have no proficiency in either one of those.
5 question mark? Because of the proficiency bonus. Very pretty sword. What's it called?
Right. Yeah.
Very very pretty sword. Perfect weight. Very well balanced. That jagged blade seems to kind of stand out to you. Very shiny as well. Thank you, Porunga. What's it called? The jagged blade that stands out to you. There's like almost like a glow to like the interior of the blade almost. But beyond that, you can't exactly pinpoint what this thing's supposed to do other than just cut things.
I will think to myself, who would be able to tell me more about this? Maybe someone like Porunga, or someone who knows more about magic than me?
Yes.
Do I know anyone that is proficient in...
I don't know. Do you know anyone who might be able to?
Sir?
Well, I don't know if anyone in the party is specifically good at Arcana.
Arcane.
At least Bell doesn't. I don't know if Bouxfhades does.
Max based on charisma.
Yeah.
You know that Porunga's magic is arcane at the very least, but you're not sure if he's precisely the type to be able to know how magical items work in their entirety. Same as Derek, you know his magic is of arcane in nature.
Right. Okay.
What's it called?
I guess I will go to what's her name? The lady, not Versi, the other one, Kira.
Kyra?
Kyra.
Kyra.
Because she's the one who originally told me about the sword, and maybe she can give me more information now that I have it.
Okay. You approach Kyra, the storyteller / goddess of music. She, appears to have been in the middle of kind of just playing like a little ditty for the crew to keep spirits high. She kind of, finishes her performance, and then she turns to you and says, "Yes, hello. How can I help you?"
Yes. So you were the one who originally were kind of explaining this sword. We finally acquired it. I was just wondering if now that we have it in our hands, maybe you could tell me if you know anything else about it or what it can do or anything like that.
That's Titansbane in the steel. It's not really quite the flesh. Well, obviously, my knowledge goes as a bard. My knowledge extends to stories that are told about such weapon, and maybe a bits and pieces here of lost lore that I managed to dig up myself. Point is that yes, I know of it. I haven't, I'm not really like the type to swing, swords around. But I could tell you what I know.
Do you know who could tell me more about it, other than the stories you've told us?
Anyone with magic that can identify, the effects of a magical item can perhaps tell you the more nitty-gritty of it. I can just tell you that, according to stories, it was wielded by an old titan, presumably one of Lutheria's and Sidon's siblings. There's a lot of things in the modern world that can be attributed to the creation of this titan, although whether that's true or not has been more or less erased from history. You can thank the handiwork of the twin titans for that, who wiped a lot of the existence of their siblings from, everywhere, really.
I look at her kind of puzzled now that I'm holding the sword, and I'm like, aren't titans really big? Did they use it as a toothpick?
Well, yes, titans are big by nature. Most celestial beings tend to be. But, as someone who is pretty adept at trickery myself, I can tell you that they probably don't really stand at that height all the time. They can probably shrink themselves down if they wish. In fact, there's a lot of accounts of Sidon and Lutheria presenting themselves in a size that is not quite as big as they often tend to be, though whether these accounts are true or not remains to be seen. Also, a little known fact about things that are magical in nature. They tend to change their size depending on who's wielding it. That belt of yours kind of points at your belt of giant strength. Yes, so if we were to hand that over to, say, Steros or his father, Brunt, I believe, then, given enough time, the belt would resize itself to fit their bodies.
Oh wow, that's really cool to know.
I believe the same thing happens here with this weapon. It may have belonged to a titan originally, but if we are to believe the stories, then the previous wielder was Queen Diana of the Amazons. So it was probably the weapon has probably resized itself to fit her before it was, discard it and turn away.
Huh. Okay. Well, I appreciate the information and beautiful music, by the way. Thank you for that as well. Keeping everyone's spirits up.
Thank you. I mean, well, I don't want to sound like much of a, to sound like much like a downer, but I, I only would wish that I would have had somebody else to provide some backup instruments. I mean, Derek's music is music, but that Satyr boy, Glorious, I kind of wish he would have been able to play alongside me.
Yeah, that's a shame. Unfortunately, we can't make that happen. But, at least I guess you have Derek and his questionable music skills.
Well, it's not about the music itself being lacking. So long as he doesn't try to include any raunchy lyrics in there.
Oh, well, yeah, you gotta worry about that too.
Yes, that's more what keeps me worried. Anyway, sorry, I kind of went on a bit of a tangent there. Is there anything else?
No, that's it. I appreciate your time. And then I'm gonna just start slouching around the ship looking for anyone who may know more about weapons than me, because apparently I'm dumb.
What's it called?
I guess I'll probably go to one of the what are they called? Giants, and ask them.
The Jenkins. What's it called? The one that you would be able to spot right away is, of course, Brunt, who, again, not being the correct size to fit segments of the ship, is mostly just kind of in the upper deck. What's it called? You would kind of find him, like I said, sort of like, presumably repairing the, the sending zone that you guys handed over to him. He looks at you as you approach and, kind of says, what is it now? I'm kind of busy with this project, though it should be done within a couple of moments. Not precisely quite intricate of a magical device.
I'm like, no, I don't want to interrupt you. Go ahead and finish what you're doing, and then I'll kind of sit there and wait for him, like, off to the side.
He looks over at you. His one eye kind of wanders over to you from time to time when you're just kind of sitting there as he's working on this. And he says, just let it out, young man.
I'm like, well, we've been working really hard to acquire this sword, and I tried to look at it myself and figure out more about it, but I just don't have the necessary skills to determine what this sword is or what its abilities are, and I thought that maybe you might have more skill than me.
Well, I'm not going to comment on the fact that I have more skill than you, but I can perhaps attempt to identify the nature of this weapon of yours. It should take no more than at least a minute. Hand it over.
I hand it over to him slowly, begrudgingly.
He grabs the weapon that, mind you, him being giant size, the long sword that is set for the size of a medium-sized humanoid is like, as you would imagine, as you said it before, like a toothpick, to him.
Right.
A little bit larger than a toothpick, to be completely honest, but, still very small in comparison to his own size. He kind of places it in front of him, kind of lowers his, his goggle, and he, you see as he kind of hovers like a hand over it, and for a moment you see as this veil of magic covers his hand. After a minute or so, you see as his eye opens wide, and he kind of has like this double take basically, and says, "Oh shit! Oh, sorry. Well, you got yourself quite the interesting item here. I'll tell you what I know about it, or what I managed to figure out through my identification.
That'd be great.
I guess it might be better if I write this down somewhere so that you don't forget. Not that I doubt your memory, but it might be better for everyone involved to understand what this thing does.
Hey, I don't blame you. I'm more of the brawn of the party, less of the brain.
So, I mean, well, I'm not going to comment too much on that because you seem to know your place, to put it one way.
Hey.
Alright, so, here's basically how the thing goes. This weapon is somewhat sentient. What I mean by that is that I managed to identify a lingering will somewhere in this weapon, but not quite to be strong enough to be able to communicate or anything to that effect. What can I say except it seems to have been made with a very particular purpose in mind, and I may have been able to perceive that it seeks to do something. Kind of hands the sword over back to you and pulls out like a piece of parchment that he begins to kind of scribble down onto. The parchment itself is disproportionately small compared to him. What's it called? But he kind of pulls out like a tiny little quill and begins to scribble on it. I will show you now what Titansbane does as he explains to you. This thing will strike the hardest against, giants, cyclops, titans, as you would expect with a name like that. It seeks to find its previous master, the Titan, the Teleus, in order to free it from its confinement. Let's say that while, again, the sword does not quite communicate to its wielder, you will be able to sense when its objective is nearby.
Huh. Okay. And what, I guess, how does that work, I guess? Because I don't know much about magic, but how does it have its own wheel?
It usually has to do with a soul being imbued into the item in question, which causes it to be permeate the object. It doesn't necessarily have to be a weapon either. It can be anything else. Though, well, in my experience, I've only ever seen or heard of sentient weapons. Or at the very least, weapons that carry a certain level of will to them.
Huh. Well, I really appreciate your help again. And I guess I'll let you get back to your stone.
It should be ready within a couple of minutes. I just need to let the paste solidify.
And also, if I know that the cabin situation's a little iffy, but if there's anything other than making the ship larger that I could help you with, just let me know.
Well, I suppose as long as I get to do something around here to keep my mind off of the infinitely cramped space that is the lower decks.
Well, if you're just looking for something to do along our travels, would you like to teach me some of your skills that you have?
I could, though if you can actually learn them, that's a different thing altogether. Now,
I'd be willing to give it a try, because I mean I'm pretty proficient at making regular weapons. I just don't have a lot of proficiency with magic.
well, I'm only adept at particular types of magic myself, but I could, I suppose, impart some knowledge of how to identify the arcane to you, if you have the time, that is.
Yeah, I can make whatever time we need. in our travels here.
Finally,
When I'm
someone who
not
understands.
getting splashed on by, Hydra acid.
Well, I wasn't going to comment on it, but a lot of you look like you've been through the ringer. At any rate, have your sword, use it wisely, or don't. Hand it to somebody else. I don't know. They might be able to do something with it. Though, to be honest, the way this thing works, even a toddler can use it to great effect.
Yeah, I think it'll
I could use
come
it.
in handy with our battles in the future. So, I think I'll hold on to it, and I just slide it on my back next to my regular longsword,
Well,
or my
Yeah, I could
greatsword. I
use
mean,
now you get back to it, and I shall get back to my business. When we start departing, I should probably make sure I don't fall off the upper deck. Alright.
Oh my god.
that would be good. It's a pretty long swim.
That was the greatest background comedy from Pumo's entire campaign.
I said other things. You just
God damn, I had to
agree
mute
with it.
myself for a second. I just had a coughing attack.
Damn.
But anyway, so whenever you're ready, just let me know, and I'll come help you. And like I said, if you need anything else, I'll do what I can to help you.
He nods along as he just finishes applying a little more of the paste type of substance to the crack of the ascending stone. What's it called? So, you guys. Does anybody else do anything besides setting the next destination, talking to anybody?
Yeah. Pumo could go first.
I was saying, have we all collected do we know the amount of money from all the treasures we've gotten from the last couple islands? Because
Xandri has the total. I've been updating her with what we found, and she should have the other than we don't know what the rings and the medallion that we got today, what their worth is, but we have the value of everything else. We just need to get somewhere we can sell it.
Because because I've been thinking that look, we effed up in the very first island of this campaign, and we lost a good amount of people. And if we're gonna go to port at this point, we should probably give some of that money, or I'm gonna give my money away to the people who have fallen and their families that were in Mitros.
Yeah, Cass is gonna divide everything evenly once we get it sold back at the city.
Yeah, because it's not fair. Like they expect them. Oh, they're great heroes. They'll be back. All the Malevolents will come back. No, they're dead. And it doesn't seem fair. And they're like, oh, they tell them, oh, they died, and nothing else happens. I'm gonna compensate. I don't know what you guys are gonna do, but I'm gonna.
You go with your money, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna compensate these families. It may not be that much, but with all the money I have, I'm gonna basically put it like it's like a fund, the people who have fallen in the very first island of Yonder.
Okay.
Make me sad.
What's it called? In that case, what's it called? Oh, by the way, I'm just gonna write down what the items that the jewelry you guys found in the Hydra stomach, is worth, because I would imagine at some point you would just have it like cleaned up, around the ship. So here's what each of those are. So 2 emerald rings worth 1,000 gold pieces each, and a medallion is worth 2,500 gold pieces.
Oh, that's a nice chunk of change.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the change.
So I apologize because my sheet was loading. So the 2 emerald rings worth what?
1,000 each.
Yeah, 1,000 gold pieces each of the rings is 2 rings, and the medallion is worth 2,500.
Okay. Thanks.
And then you still have all the other ones I've given you, right, Xandri? Like the dollar amounts.
Ooh, I have a lot, bro. I mean, whenever we sell, we're going to have to cross-reference notes because
Yeah, we'll
I don't
check.
know which one of these notes are your notes and which ones are just from me. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Every island is literally all over the place.
Well, I have everything as far back as.
I also want to say that we have a fuck ton of emeralds. I don't know if that's
Yeah,
just
we
the
do.
end of this campaign, but like we are rolling
yeah.
in emeralds.
Chaos
we got-
emeralds? Chaos emeralds, you said?
Yes,
We should.
we
We should
have
def-
8.
But I have
including-
everything we found from from all the way from the Lotus Witch Island. So
I have everything
My
from
notes.
the island where everybody died up until now, but I don't know which one of these notes are yours.
we'll cross reference after the game. But
I was gonna say is
So everybody in
makes
favor
sense.
that Nitros is the next stop, regardless, because we have 2 giants
yeah.
to drop on?
yes, we have to
that's what
drop
I was-
everybody off,
That's what I was trying to say.
and we got to get rid of a lot of people because there's no way we can keep supplying food to this heavy ass boat of people.
Dropping
Oh,
the
I'm gonna
giants off to go be with my grandpa and asking Mateus to teach the centaurs in the college.
Yeah.
and then we destroy the Minotaur market, got it.
And then destroy the Minotaur market because we didn't do that. when
And I was
originally-
gonna-
Do it now!
I was gonna ask,
Guns
do I
blazing.
have to attune to Titansbane since it's a magical?
Yes. If you want to
Okay.
benefit from all of its magical properties, then you have to attune to it.
Okay, I will start that today.
It only takes an hour to attune to a magic item.
Oh, I thought it was like 3 days or something.
No, no, no.
Sleep with the sword at all times.
Yes. Point is, well, important thing to note. What's it called? Is that you can only attune to 3 magical items at maximum. Unless
Yeah, I've
you're
only
a high-
got one.
Yeah, unless you're a high-level artificer that get to cheat. But you're
Well,
not. So,
actually, is the Javelin of Lightning the same way? Because then I have 3.
it
No, it's
allo-
not attunement.
the item should usually say if it requires attunement or not. Javelin of Lightning do
Devil
not.
Lightning is-
Yeah,
yeah.
Javelin of Lightning does not require attunement.
Okay, then I only have 2 items that I'm currently attuning to. Then
Yes.
I got my slots full.
Oh,
Can we have Moxia's icon on Island 10 just so we kind of like how we have Azula and Mitros and my sister in Astoria?
Well, it's Island 9 is the Island of Themis, but yes, I'll put
Yeah.
her little symbol there. What's it
Just
called?
so we could take point of reference where we're dropping everybody off.
Hey, quick question.
Yes.
Since both our weapons are sentient, can they technically talk to each other?
As Bront explained, Titansbane isn't precisely sentient, but it does have a. It isn't brainless, I guess. That's the best way you can describe it.
I just
You
hope
know.
it's like Sting from Lord of the Rings. Like whenever I get closer, it just starts growing blighter, or glowing brighter.
Something like that. You feel like once you're within, a reasonable reach of its objective, of the lingering will, that is left on the weapon, it might start having actual reaction at them, beyond that. What's
So
it called?
I was thinking I would let Bouxfhades hold on to both the axe and the sword and see if they could talk to each other. If you can feel like they're talking to each other.
I put Gaius on the map over here in the Island of Yonder.
He's only gonna hold it. He's not gonna keep it. All right. Gonna hold it. It's mine. You have
So-
your toy. I have my toy.
So that's Bouxfhades. What's it called? Any of you guys doing anything before you guys set sail back to Mitros?
I
It's,
think we must have as we're setting sail.
Well, I mean, yeah,
also
I just go ahead.
Never mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, never mind. Never mind. It's the sheet. I got the sheet right here. I'm reading it right now about the
Oh,
sword.
okay.
Alright.
What's it called? I was asking, because, in case, because it does take a trip back, there's a chance you guys might roll a random encounter. So that's why I was asking, anybody else do anything before I start, seeing if you get anything or not.
No, but I mean, I'm assuming before that encounter, we would have at least a short rest, right?
You would have a long rest, because it takes anywhere within 3 to 2 days to get back to get to any destination on the map.
We take our break yet?
Yes, we will. Right now. So
Sorry
yes.
about
Thank
that.
you for
So yes, we'll take a quick final break, and you guys, when we come back, we'll see if you guys get a random encounter or not.
I'm gonna.
Alright.
Porunga said he's going back to his quarters. I'm gonna follow him and make sure that he's all locked up for bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Down, bro. Calm down.
I'm like throw you the shackles after I cast the spell on the shackles. Give him a thumbs
Oh.
up. Make sure the door is
All-
shut.
All three of them are into BDSM. Got it.
All right.
As now it's-
we go. All right. We are back. So the plan is to go back to Mitros for the time being, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
that's plan A.
In that case, you hold on to the Antikythera device, turn the gears, select the constellation that directs you back to Mitros. Those crew members that are around are able to see the projection of the star map from the Antikythera device. Are kind of like surprised that this is the next destination. What's it called? You hear a couple of the voices, shout out like, "Wait, we're going back home."
Well, we have 2 people we need to drop off so they can reconvene with my grandfather. We're out of health potions. And, as you've noticed, some of our food is going bad, so we need to restock on fresh supplies.
You hear another voice from the sailors speak up and say, "I suppose that's true. How many days are we going to be staying?"
Hopefully no longer than 24 hours. You guys will all be able to go say hi to your 24 hours.
Pythor leans over to whisper to you, Alexander, and says, "A lot of these sailors are from Astoria. It might take them longer than just a day to go back there and return."
Mm.
You may write very detailed, loving letters to your loved ones, and I will make sure they get safely returned home to Astoria, where my sister can help distribute them properly.
Murmurs from the crew that seem to vary from hopeful to, well, I guess it's as good as we're gonna get, huh? What's it called? You begin to turn the gears, and you see as the constellation. I'm gonna pop up the map of the stars on screen for y'all. The constellation of the Bear seems to be the one that can guide you to to Mitros. What's it called? Also, with Trollcasts. You can certainly try.
We can take care of the market while we're there.
That might take longer than 24 hours.
You can certainly
Hey.
try.
The stealthiness of our party.
Bro, we gotta kill the dragon first.
It's a
About,
for
we gotta
sure
kill the dragon, and after that, it should be easy. Remember, he's basically a
But we'd have to kill 2 dragons, bro. Did you forget the rumors that Gaius is literally in Mitros right now?
Hey, listen. Once I get my fancy weapon, we'll be good.
Well, it's not
Once I
that.
get my stuff.
It's not
Yeah.
precisely that Gaius is in Mitros. As far as you're aware, he's still in the island of Yonder. But you
No, because
do.
remember when I talked to my auntie and my fiance, they both said that Gaius is
there's-
dragon was.
Rumors that it was, but they never really confirmed it. Also, in case you may have forgotten, King Castus has his own legion of dragon riders. His quote unquote new Dragonlords. You guys have met one of them at the very least.
Guys,
No, not guys. Captain Tarkan, who
he has a crown. We gotta kill him, guys.
What's it called? Point is, however, that it's not just his silver dragon you have to look out for. It's presumably a whole bunch of other metallic dragons that he has somewhere.
Yeah, and considering how the Hydra fight went down, let's not fight a bunch of dragons at once.
Okay.
Till we get our hours. Got it.
So-
Till we
There's
get
a
our
couple
hours.
things my character's doing on our way back to Mitros.
What do you say?
There's a couple things my character would do on the way back to.
Okay. What would those be?
one, the day that we're trying to set out. I'm searching through my notes. Sorry, I'm also eating dinner because I got sick too much and my stomach's empty. What was his name? Braun? Was it Braun? No, that's the dad.
No, that's the son, isn't it? No, Steros is the son.
Bron's the
Okay.
daddy.
I would go to Steros. And I would ask
okay.
him. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I said okay. You would go to Steros and then what?
I would ask him if I could purchase his bag that we watched him shove endless amounts of supplies into.
He looks at you and says, okay, that's... You don't have one of these for yourself?
No, how did you get one? Is it easy to get one?
I made this one myself.
Could you pretty please make me one?
That depends. Do you have anything I can use to make the bag? Because you see...
Yeah, I have.
Go ahead.
I have a chimera hide. Would that work?
I suppose I could use that, yes. I'm
I also have snake hide.
going to need some, well, besides the hide, I'm going to need a bit of a reagent here, I suppose, but I could potentially have some of myself. It might take longer than, well, what it will take us to get to whatever next destination we're going to. But I could potentially get it done eventually and then deliver it to you.
It's quite important. I have hollow bones, so I can't actually hold anything above a certain weight limit while I'm flying in the air. And this bag, would be very important to me in allowing me to do so without having to constantly drop my shit on the ground.
He nods along and says, okay, so it's more for convenience sake than anything.
Convenience for the sake of battle.
No.
Doing everyday normal stuff, I have Wizzy Lizzy, but I can't really take him into battle with me all the time.
I'm in the sack.
Alright. Well, in that case, I'll see what I can do. I didn't precisely pack my my weaver's utensils when I was dragged out of Praxis and into the island. So I'll try to see what I can do in this next couple of days. With the, the chimera hide that you've given me.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be massive. Like, I don't even know how massive yours is or what all it can hold, but some of the items I was watching get put into it was quite large and hefty and heavy. Mine doesn't have to be to the extent of that. Just something of more convenience for myself, so I don't let people down.
Well, I don't know about not letting people down. I can't exactly build something that counteracts that. But I do know my way around crafting some very interesting items. So, I hope that once I get this done, it'll help you in, well, doing what you do best, but better.
I would be so honored. And how much would it be? I'll pay you in full.
Let's see here. Considering
officially agree that we would pay you for your work.
Considering that you were kind enough to, provide the materials and you're not having me do this from scratch, which, will be slightly more difficult than you might think. I will say, as the DM checks his notes for the magical item prices. Give me one moment while I just verify something so I can make sure that I'm not, cheating you out of more money. Brontacero said, "God, no chill. Like father, like son."
They just be speaking their fucking mind, bro.
When he said that he needed a conduit or something, what did he mean by that?
Well, he said reagents, effectively like certain additional materials to actually be able to finish crafting the thing. But he said he can try to do what he can. What's it called? This is basically what the price of the of the gold will mechanically be spent on, basically. He will say he will ask you for in order to pay him for his services. He'll ask for 250 gold pieces because bags of holding usually cost 500.
And how much does a sending stone cost? So like 2 sending stones, I believe we only get 1 repaired, so it'd be like half price, or would it be half of that because he's just fixing?
What's it called? Well, he's not fixing the sending stone. Brunt is, which he will have done by the end of the day. Unless you're asking if he can craft another set of sending stones.
Yes, that too.
He
So
will...
I would ask him what the total would be for the bag, a set of sending stones, and no, we'll just go with the bag and the repaired sendings. I'll because if it's gonna take him this whole time to make the bag, then we won't be able to leave with the sending stones when we leave Nitro, so that would be pointless.
Well, but his dad is the one who's repairing the sending stone, so you have to pay him, not his son.
What? You have food.
Here, hissing cat. What's it called? As for how much it would cost to just get like the finalized repaired sending stone, I'll be generous and say because it was only repairing rather than crafting or making one from scratch, we'll say it would cost a quarter of what the original price of a sending stone would be, which will be 125 gold pieces.
Okay, so altogether 375.
Yes.
And then I'll pay him for the satchel, then I'll hand over the fluffy lion's mane and the snake skin that was skinned. And then I will ask his dad. Can his dad make sending stones too?
He claimed to be familiar with the craft of them, yes.
So I would give his dad the 125 gold. I gave Steros the 250. I would ask Bronx if he was able to craft another set of sending stone. One so they may keep a stone, and one so we may keep a stone for communications.
That is true. He's going to be training Bouxfhades in proficiency in Arcana, but he can't do both at the same time. He will tell you, well, your friend asked me to help him in some form of training. I may be pretty good at doing a lot of things, but I can't train somebody who, between you and I, may not have the best aptitudes for the task, and also craft your item.
I icingly glare at both of these across the boat and say, fine, thank you so much for fixing this sending stone. I'm just gonna go ahead and pay you up front, and then I'll collect it whenever you're done, okay? No rush. Thank you so much.
Very well. I can get to crafting it once I'm done. I'm at this forge that you spoke about. But, well, I'll be after I'm done with all of this.
No worries. I'll just see if somebody in Mitros has one by.
Very well. So, anybody else doing anything as you guys are making your way back to Mitros.
I mean, other than the training for me, no.
As I've mentioned in my house rules, what's it called? It takes you need an instructor who is willing to teach you, and you need a total of 15 days to be able to complete the proficiency, which is not enough. But Steros is not the only one with Arcana proficiency in the ship. What's it called? Because Heliope also has Arcana proficiency. She's a mage, after all. What's it called? So basically what you can do is instead, in however many days of travel that it takes you to get from here to Mitros, you can attempt to use my my home rules of cramming the skill to be able to fast track through learning Arcana proficiency with these.
So Wizzy Lizzy learned his trip attack?
We'll get to it in a moment. I'm just trying to make sure that if Bouxfhades is trying to learn, proficiency in Arcana, are you going to also attempt to cram that knowledge?
Yeah, I'm gonna cram, and then I guess if I don't get enough training, can I continue? Can I ask Heliope if she will continue my training?
Yes. Her approach to Arcana is slightly different than Steros would be, because she's an actual mage, so it might be a little bit different, but it's effective mechanically. It'll function the same way. Before we start doing all of that about learning and stuff, as you guys select the constellation of the Bear and get ready to depart back to Mitros, the journey will take you guys a couple of days, during which y'all know what time it is. I need one of you to roll me a D100.
It's Porunga.
Adventure
It's gotta
time.
be Porunga.
Wait.
Yeah.
Before, I just want to state what my character is doing these next couple of days. So she may or may not come help. Because I'm down in my basement with the dragon whose wings I fucked up. And I'm trying to help heal him. He's probably really bitchy at me as well. Or mad. Or I don't know.
The
But
dragon
he's down in the bedroom.
The dragon is being kept in a cage that is originally supposed to have been used for the livestock that you guys, log around on the ship.
Correct.
What's it called? It has not
I'm
been
trying to
let
rent him a
go
heel.
from there, and it has been muzzled by the crew, because otherwise it would let out the elemental breath all over the place and would kill everybody. What's it called? It doesn't seem to be capable of speech, at least not developed speech. So it mostly refuses to communicate and is very angry with the situation.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Well, it did
Well,
talk,
I
but
don't-
you know how it talked. It was like, it didn't seem too keen on conversation rather than just kill. What's it called? So it for the most part, it doesn't appear to be very happy about communicating, and likely won't be for the foreseeable future. You guys have been logging around for a couple of days already, so I'll say at some point you would have been capable of more or less gauging what the deal with this creature is. I'll say, can you roll me an insight check, Alexander, if that's what you're going to be spending these days?
Yeah, because I would have been spending my time trying to communicate with him, fixing his wing. What am I rolling? I already forgot. I'm sorry.
Insight.
Guidance. No, just
This creature is, well, very angry. That much is obvious. The way it speaks to you, the way they communicate to you, however little that may be, they, even with a low insight roll, I'll say you are able to discern that it's almost as if it's been raised to hate you, seemingly. From a time to time, through the muscle around its mouth, you're able to catch some, of the words that, it says in Draconic. What's it called? Which, kind of just boil down to, enemy, hate, kill, as if, it considers you its enemy even now after its master has been killed.
I just frowned and I keep working on it. And I don't know if anybody's noticed, but over the islands that we've been at, I've slowly been taking like medicinal herbs that make like really good like healing agencies.
Well, you've only, prior to arriving in Themis, you've only been in Yonder and Fire Island. Actually, no, never mind. You went to Yonder, and went to the Lotus Witch, then went to the Chimera, then went to Fire Island, and now, okay, so yeah, you've been around a couple of islands, never mind. It's just really hard to discern what the scribbles on the map are supposed to be. No, what's it called? With that being said, however, I once again ask, who wants to roll the D100?
Porunga.
What? If nobody else is gonna do it,
Porunga.
wow.
Oh,
Porunga
God.
hasn't rolled for it, so let Porunga roll it.
Yeah, Mortal rolled 39. It's good enough.
I mean,
Next time.
do
Okay, so next time I'm rolling it, my brother, me, and Bo are not allowed to roll it because we've rolled all of them this
Yeah.
entire campaign.
Oh, I mean, I thought Porunga was gonna do it, but he hasn't done it for a hot minute, so I don't know.
Well, I was waiting for everyone to finish talking.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
my bad.
So would you like
I'm the mortal. How dare
roll
you.
it?
Eric is always asleep, and Porunga's never rolled either.
Yeah, we're just gonna act like Drac didn't roll. Porunga, go for it.
Oh my god, if he rolls a 1, I'm blaming on you
We
guys.
can just take his and then I'll do it next time.
Okay, fine, whatever.
So you don't want to roll for the random counter?
Yeah, we'll just take this one.
Okie dokie.
Oh god, the way he said that, I'm scared.
In that case, 79.
You guys are gonna fight a.
Kraken! And
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
a dragon.
All right. So you guys set sail across the Cerulean Gulf once again, making your way across the seas. For the most part, a very uneventful travel. But somewhere along the way,
God damn it.
Somewhere along the way.
you would hear, one of the sailors that is on the lookout, say something like, "I see something up ahead. What appears to be some form of wrecked ship. Smaller than the last one we found."
Aw.
Damn it. This isn't good.
Can I check this? Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say Porunga's the captain.
That's
Alright.
true.
I guess we'll be on our guard while we approach it.
Everyone to their battle stations.
I'm gonna cast water
And then-
walk on myself. And let me see. Is it just one person? Oh, up to 10 willing creatures? Bet. Be in the party.
Okay.
Well,
And Lizzie could have it too.
I'm gonna run to whichever side of the boat's on, and be ready for any whatever's we find.
So, what's that called? Porunga?
well-
Eric?
the wreck, or boat, or whatever it may be, seems to be roughly somewhere on the left side of the ship. I don't know the correct term of what is supposed to be called the left side of of the ship. But
Port,
port?
because it's got
Is it
4
port?
letters.
Okay. What's it called? In that case, it's coming in from the port side, or rather, you are approaching it from the port side. Yes, the closer you get, to the location, the more you kind of begin to realize what is it that you're looking at. Uh, it, it's kind of like this half wrecked like boat that kind of has like some form of vegetation dangling from it, like you believe some form of moss that has like built up over quite some time. What's it called? You see as this there's three figures on top of the of the ship. What's it called? Looks humanoid. They look humanoid from from the distance. What's it called? The more closer you get, the more you realize that yeah, they seem to be just kind of drifting, in the water. I will move you to the next map. As far as you can tell, two of the figures are this like really beautiful women. The third one appears to be a little bit more on the androgynous side. Not
Damn, I can't do that.
what's it called? Can't identify from the distance. What's it called? But they. What would I say?
Sus.
Oh, okay.
Three beautiful women just stranded on a fucking half shipwreck.
Definitely not
Fuck.
sirens.
One of them does look like a siren. What's it called? Well, like a siren,
Oh,
like
Snooky.
Thailand siren.
Like, okay.
What's it called? The other one looks like a nymph. What's it called? Some form of a beautiful nymph. And the third one, you believe, also, a nymph of sorts. Upon closer inspection, you do actually identify that the third one actually does appear to be, male. Now that you're a little bit closer to them. What's it called? They seem to all be just kind of
Damn.
chilling, drifting in the in the water. The ship, like I said, doesn't appear to be fully wrecked, though it does have like the moss growing over it. What's it called? They, seem to be singing a song as you approach. What's it called? You see that some of the sailors actually kind of turn over to look at them, and they look, pretty focused on on the song that the three individuals seem to be singing. What's it called? What is the initial reaction that you guys would have?
Thus.
Cover your ears. Don't listen.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
Cast
I
silence
agree.
out over them.
What's it called?
I'm
So
with
you.
Lursa.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. So you said you cast silence?
Oh no, I'll cast silence on the boat and kind of like just motion everybody to like watch out for their ears and to like stand in the vicinity of the silence in case like they're like the sirens that took control of Derek a long time ago when we were traveling to
Oh.
the Acropolis.
Those were
Yo, I
harpies.
don't know how you got. I could never get charmed. Come on, guys. You should know that. How did I get? How? Like how?
Bro,
I'm
you
sorry.
got trying to suicide. Shut up.
I'm like how? How was I charmed? And if I was, I shouldn't be charmed. Like how? Explain that to me. I'm sorry.
No, you're charmed.
You have, as a Satyr, you have advantage in saving throws against being charmed, not immunity.
My team's bad. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm bad.
How's that? How's
You
your
like that one 3 times in a row.
You guys did all my bad rolls for me. Thanks. Then.
You're
So,
welcome.
just to clarify, silence has a very limited area as far as the as the radius that encompasses goes. You can't cover the entire ship with it.
Yeah, no,
where-
I told people to go to a specific area.
what's it called? They kind of look at you a little bit confused, but you see as the like ballista operators kind of let go of the ballista and kind of begin to turn away from the three individuals in the in the boat. What's it called? You see as how much is the radius of silence?
Let's look here. Chat it. "20-foot radius sphere."
20-foot radius sphere. Here's what we can do. So you can cast it there at the front of the ship. It might not get everybody, but you can get, I'll say, the front ballista operators. What's it called? That were the closest to the three individuals. What's it called? You cast the aura of silence right there, and you can tell that the three individuals and in the boat look kind of upset. That it seems their song is having no effect on, or not no effect, but rather doesn't seem to be paid attention to by the individuals in the ballista. What's it called? They kind of turn over to you with like this like really sad expression, kind of exaggerated to a certain point. One of them, the male individual, kind of says, "Why? We were just trying to give your friends a bit of a show. Why would you block us out like that?"
I do apologize. We've ran into some issues before with some singing folks that were pretty good at charming individuals who lack the innate talent to disregard their commands.
I sing better, shush.
What's it called? When you can explain the situation, the Siren looking one kind of says, "Well, it's understandable that you would have some degree of wariness to strangers. I don't suppose we can convince you that our intentions are good?"
And it's such.
Once we know your intentions are good, then it won't be of an issue. Until then, our crewmates, we would rather them stay safe in a bubble of protection for right now. And I want to insight check them as well.
What are you trying to discern?
I want to see if when they said of no harm sounded like they actually mean no harm. Maybe they're just like performers traveling around, or if they actually mean harm.
Damn, we all rolled bad.
As far as you guys believe, could be true. Admittedly, it is a very strange situation. That this happens to be. A not entirely operational looking ship. Three people in the middle of the sea. They don't look human. So who knows? They could survive out there in these conditions. But again, you guys are free to believe what you think, but you can't at first glance discern any hostile intent in their words, I suppose.
I would like to try to determine what the odds of bringing these 3 strangers onto the boat would look like compared to if we just left them.
What? Like, hold on. So odds regarding what?
Like whether what are the odds of us running into a potential attack of some sorts from them? Would they be more likely to attack us if we left them in the water, or if we brought them onto the boat, surrounded by all of us and the guards?
Roll me another insight check. These people look kind of unassuming. Well, not really unassuming because they look, I guess, otherworldly beauty. If you, if you want to like analyze them, I guess that way.
I can't say that. Sorry.
What's it called? They don't look armed, as far as you can tell. Well, you do notice some like fishing implements in their, in their boat. Like fish hooks, maybe a harpoon somewhere there. But they don't look really like weapons that these people might be capable of using, at least as far as you're aware. If it's just like these 3 kind of like just hopping onto the boat, as far as you can tell just by sight alone, you believe they might not be able to like do much in the way of harm. I mean, again, granted, just to reiterate, it is a really weird set of circumstances that you found these people in. Some might even say suspicious. But again, if they are what they appear to be, then they don't seem like too much of a threat to you, you believe. There is still the possibility, as a gambler,
Right.
There's a number of odds at play that they could potentially be hiding something. In fact, your gut tells you that they likely are. But really, the odds could go in anyone. The odds could go in your favor, as far as you're aware. Could go in their favor if they happen to have like an ace up their sleeve.
I will shout out to them and say, "What are your intentions? Surely you're not just out here singing to random boats that pass by."
The third lady, the one at the further back, kind of speaks up and says, "We are merely passers-by who are honestly quite so very bored. As being the beings that we are, we can survive almost anywhere. But sometimes we enjoy the company of other mortals. Out here in the ocean, life can be so dreadfully dull. We thought
Then why
that
not go find an island or people?
Because the middle one, the one that appears to be a Siren, speaks up again and says, because we believe that where people need the most a flash of happiness in their life is in that period where they travel from one place to the other, miles away from anything that could be considered even remotely entertaining."
I look over at Porunga and I look back at them and I say, "We have plenty of happiness at our ship. You may go find other travelers to provide your happiness to. Thank you."
What's it called? The male one speak. Oh, you were gonna say something, Drakgar?
I was gonna try to insight check again if that's possible. See if they're lying, or if there's
not
other.
Quite. Again, the initial insight check was more, as you guys claim, was more to kind of like get the vibe check, I guess. You can't exactly vibe check them twice. What's it called?
Yeah, sure, never mind.
what's it called? You notice that, the male one speaks up and says, well, we understand. At the very least, if you wouldn't mind, would we be able to, I don't know, perhaps come on board your ship for at least a couple of minutes? We can perform one of our serenades to your crew and then we'll be on our way.
I apologize, but our ship is actually well beyond max capacity at this point. We are in dire need of moving along to our destination, so you may want to let us pass and go on about your day, but thank you.
Oh, you said let us pass, bro. We're in a big ass ship, and there are no
Maybe
small
some
little.
other time.
I'm back. Sorry. Can I
What up?
inspect them further? I've been kind of hearing what he's been yelling from across the house, but do any of them have an instrument armor? Because we still have to collect one of those magical instruments. Do we visually see one of the instruments that belong to my RTs on them?
Just ask your aunt. She's
You
on
can
the
make a perception check. At first, you don't see them with instruments. They seem to be producing their music entirely through their voices, whether singing or vocalizing. 16 doesn't appear, that there's like any instruments on their ship. You do notice there's a lot of like I said, like the moss is kind of like a little weird detail in the in the ship. You even see like seaweed somehow like stuck to the to the sides of the ship. What's it called? Okay. What's it called? You would see that they appear to not quite. They don't seem to have a lot of belongings to their name. I guess with a perception check, Alexander, you can actually see that there is like a stack of what could be rations, but you're not quite sure.
I just whisper to the group, I'm like, guys, I don't like this. Let's just move on.
So, do you guys live out at the ocean? Sorry, I wasn't here for like all of it. My stomach is upset.
They more or less kind of answered that question. They claim to be beings that don't really, they can kind of just live in most environments. In fact, like as you can see, one of the individuals appears to be kind of like a sort of has fish-like traits across their body. What's it called? Which you have seen before. Versi herself is a water nymph of sorts. So she does have like fish-like traits. What's it called? The other ones don't appear to present
That's the best part.
like two similar traits to the third one. But at this point, that you've seen them for a while, you can assume that they're at least one more of them is some other type of nymph-like creature. And the third one, a siren, well, as you would know, sirens tend to just kind of be able to fly anywhere. So, you can presume that they can kind of get around relatively easily. What's it called? They did ask, if you want to continue on your way, but can we at least just like hop real quick, do like a quick performance, and then y'all can be on your way. Bouxfhades said no, but I'll ask the rest of the party.
Well,
The cat
Porunga
says-
also agreed, so
I mean, the captain's the captain, even though I would say, you know what, I can help him perform as well.
Well, if Derek wants to perform with them, that's definitely suspicious.
yeah, that's definitely a no.
Ren,
But
I'm
no,
the
yeah.
bad guy, huh?
Unless Andri sees something that I don't, me and Porunga both agreed that we should just let them be and move along.
Yeah, I'm also on team move it along because we kind of got crap to do.
Team sus.
And where are they headed?
They're
Nowhere.
just
Just
chilling.
wanders.
They're just
you-
wandering the
They're wandering.
ocean, singing to ships.
What's it called? Yeah, like the ship that they are on, though at first glance looks semi-wrecked. You did saw it like move and like drift along the waters, so it's not unusable. It's not like dead in the water. What's it called? So you assume they can still move around in that ship, or boat rather. What's it called? Do you ask them where they're heading?
Yeah, I asked them where they're heading.
You see as the Siren one says, we have no location in particular in mind. We just like to enjoy our time around here. Perhaps we'll stop by one of the islands nearby, and, just to feel a solid ground back again. But other than that, the ships and those who travel them are our calling.
And these ships that pass by, you sing to them, correct?
Yes.
And has this singing ever caused them any harm?
They kind of look at you like confused. The one on the far back says, oh dear, you've had bad experience with something similar, correct?
Oh, yes. Twice. No, 3 times, actually. 3 times.
Oh,
We're not trying to make it a fourth.
Fourth times is not a charm.
kind of looks at you and says, let me guess, was it some of those nasty harpies?
1 time, yes. And then the other time, different things, but same thing. Same aspect.
The 3 of them kind of nod along, and one of them, the male one says, well, then I can see why you would be a bit wary of us. Alright, you've made your point.
Nope, I didn't
guess-
really do that.
Guess you have a bit of a bad experience with this type of thing happening. We understand. While we would have loved to come along and perhaps grace you with a bit of a serenade, it seems like you're not keen on doing that. We won't
That's
push
why
them.
I asked if you've ever caused somebody harm.
Oh dear, we don't cause harm, but some of our recent listeners tend to get a bit overexcited.
What do you mean by excited?
Well,
Oh, come on. You know what they mean by excited.
he kind of looks at you and is like,
Lustful?
let's just say that we appear to be irresistible to some. But that's besides the point.
Agrees. No.
You be on your way then. If you're not going to listen to our songs, there's bound to be another ship that will. And then we will bring a little bit of joy to their day as they travel these vast oceans.
Sounds good to me. See you. Bye.
I will take out a bottle of wine and be like, here, catch. Or toss it to him.
Okay.
Why?
Mind you,
Why
the
not?
Ultras is significantly taller than this ship. So
I will fly it to them. I will take a leap of faith and be like, I do apologize for us being so apprehensive about letting you onto our ship. It has been quite a rough journey. Trust is being a little bit harder to come by as of recently. I will just curiously go over and I will take them some rations and a bottle
could
of
just let-
wine.
I could just levitate all that towards them, instead of you flying over there.
Would you do that though?
what's it called?
You could have asked me, hey, you should levitate it, guys.
You fly down, to the to them. What's it called? At this point, all the individuals, the sailors, have kind of just like walked back a bit because again they're trying to follow your word to the best of their abilities. So they've been trying. They kind of try to keep their distance with the with the individuals on the boat.
Why is
What do you say?
nothing? I fixed it. I was
I'm
like,
gonna.
why do
While she flies off, since they walked away, I'm gonna go up here and stand next to the ballista just in case.
What's it called? So Alexander, you kind of pass them like the wine bottle, maybe a couple of rations.
some rations, some cheese, and some dried meats?
What's it called? They kind of look at you with like kind of like a very satisfied like expression on their faces. Kind of very grateful smile on their face. They take the bottle of wine, and they would throw like a couple of questions your way. Like, are you sure you wouldn't like to stay around? Maybe we can drink the bottle together.
If it was a different life, a different time, I would probably say yes.
All right. They will also ask you to make a Constitution saving throw because you're casting Polymorph. So
On me.
yes. So roll me a Constitution saving throw.
See, I said we should have just moved on, but no.
You're so
Serious,
bad.
I'm gonna roll my DM inspiration on that. So what is my DM inspiration?
Do you have?
Am I invisible?
Have I given you the
I
inspiration?
do. I'll do
You
it.
can re-roll the saving throw if that's what if you're counting it. Damn.
Doesn't matter.
So here's what
you're so
happens.
bad.
So I'm going to switch to a different music. What's it called?
Alright, let's just throw that ship. We're destroying that ship right now, guys.
Because you guys see as Alexandri hands over the wine bottle. She's they ask the question of like, oh, are you sure you don't want to drink it with us or whatever? And she says, no, not really. And the moment that happens, you see as one of them kind of waves their hand, and Alexandri seems to kind of shrink and shrink and shrink for like an instant. Where Alexandris,
Which would wave their hand though?
the one in the middle.
The heart.
When when that happens, where there once stood Alexandri, now lies what appears to be a tiny little crab. What's it called?
Oh my god. Alright.
That can walk on water.
Well,
They rotated
yeah,
the ballista
but
and
you
pointed
can't.
at them.
But you can't fly all the way back to the ship.
That's fine. I would run to the other side of the boat.
But no. But here's the thing. Once
When-
when that happens, I'm going to ask everybody to roll me initiative.
Oh,
Alright,
they're
so-
in for it
alright,
now.
I guess.
Okay, so,
I knew
alright, guys.
we should have
Quick
just
question,
moved
alright.
on.
I
Alright,
do too,
alright,
but I would have fun.
alright, guys. Alright, listen to me. Alright, are we gonna do we keep these prisoners, or we do straight up just kill all three of them?
Oh, they're about to die for messing with
Are they
Xander.
dying? Okay. All right, Bouxfhades All right, Porunga, what's yours? Are they dying? Porunga?
Yeah, we can get rid of them.
All right.
I want to
all right.
point out that I beat Bo in initiative by 0.04.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna ask Pythor. Hey, Pythor, do you want to help us out? They turned your daughter into a crab and might hurt her.
What's it called? Pythor, who throughout all of this has kind of been, sort of like engaging conversation with the crew. Kind of telling them like, now I know that to resist the draw of a beautiful woman is a tough thing to do, but trust me, fellas, when I say that self-control is a key to a happy life. And then around this time, you catch the the polymorph effect happens. He's like, oh damn. He turns around. You guys are in luck because these are not servants of the Titans. Kara and Pythor can can
Total,
join in.
absolute is destruction. And Dantry can't say no about it because she's a crab.
I'm gonna yell at Wizzy Lizzy and say, "Hey, jump over on the boat."
That might have a,
He's gonna look at you and then look 30 feet down to the fucking water and then look back at you and then he's gonna open up his arm and give you the "you first" gesture.
First,
Make that jump. It's like 10 feet.
no. What's it called? I showed this like a while back, but I don't think Bouxfhades. Yeah, I don't think Bell was a player yet when I showed the image of the size comparison of the ultras. What's it called? Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can find it. What's it called? Where is my handouts? Here we go. Go ship.
am I gonna save her? Am I gonna save
So
everybody from being
here's
polymorph?
a size
Oh my God.
comparison of what a rowboat would be when compared to the ultras.
Oh,
You're
no,
ding-
just kidding,
bro, you're-
Wizzy Lizzy.
Oh, you're dingy
No,
too,
he gives
Ding
you
two,
the
eight.
off yourself gesture, like.
bro. Dingy.
I was
two
just
has
thinking, but
nothing on
no,
this
my
guy.
plan was to have Wizzy just
No.
jump on the boat and just break it in half from his sheer weight.
What's it called? So yeah, it's a bit of a drop. It's a bit of a drop when compared to any other ship.
They
But
haven't
hey.
heard me yet.
Can
No, they're dead.
I make that jump though?
You can certainly try.
Let's try.
Damn, you're a crab. I don't think you have anything to say right now.
I mean, she cast walking on water with us. So worst case scenario, I just have to run to the boat.
Yeah, okay, just to make sure everybody
There we
knows
go.
who has it. So I'm so cute! Okay, so I have it. Wizzy Lizzy has it. Derek has it, Drac has it, Porunga has it. And then all of our melee companions who we have picked up who just went on that to the island to fight the Hydra with that has it. So those would be the 10 people.
I'm gonna constitute the crew as a singular initiative, just for the purposes of having a bit of time here. What's
Also,
it called?
side note, can I fire the ballista as one of my attacks?
No, it takes an action to
Charge it.
fire. It takes an action to fire the ballista, and it then
okay.
takes 3 actions to reload it. That's why there's
Got
3 ballista operator per ballista. What's it called? So Spyter Skyra. I'm gonna roll the 1 centaur over here into initiative as well. You hear the centaur in the back go like, "Whoa! The singers were actually evil all along. Far out, man." What's it called?
I just want to say I called it. I'm just saying. I said we should move on, but nobody listens to me.
It was actually her fault. It was her. Remember that.
There is one more, what a twist, a moment to all of this.
You're an eater. No way.
Because when the polymorph spell is casted, you see as the forms of these 3 beautiful people are shimmer and disappear.
They're a kraken. They're a kraken.
Instead, what appears in their place is this hideous, lanky, sort of almost malnourished, disproportionate body of a seemingly female individual that has this sort of like hair that appears kind of like seaweed.
Ew.
Their
You're gonna eat
lips
me.
are kind of like chapped and their eyes are sunken into their skull. Bouxfhades hasn't, but the rest of you have seen a creature similar to this.
Yeah,
You
but then she tried to kill me in the city.
no. That was a green hag. What this type of hag is a sea hag, which was the same type of hag that tried to kill the Oracle all the way back at the beginning of the campaign that you guys started.
That total. I'm gonna murder these. I wasn't there because I was driving in freaking California. I'm gonna murder these. Nice and slowly.
What's it
Nice
called?
and slowly.
Pythor's turn first.
He's a destroyer. Please destroy
Actually,
him, buddy.
is
Please.
everybody rolled initiative? I see Derek.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think so.
Drakgar.
Oh,
I
wait,
don't
Yeah,
see.
I'm 20.
Okay,
Absolutely destroyed.
Oh yeah, you roll always into initiative if they are taking part in this encounter. What's it called?
Yeah, he's our field medic.
All right. Pythor, kind of, like the polymorph happens. People turn around, gasp in surprise, and Pythor kind of turns around and he pushes his way through the, through the soldiers, with very little effort. He moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way here to in front of Derek, moving his full 40 feet of movement, and looks down and kind of looks at the hags and says, "You foul cretins! What have you done to my child?" And the hags.
Oh, he doesn't have enough movement. to
I
maintain
go,
it.
Daddy, but all you hear is.
What's it called? One of the hags speaks up and what do you say?
Would it be possible for him to hold an action to throw me on my turn? Or would that not be possible?
What would you do that for?
possible. That would be possible. Would you communicate this to him, and if so, how?
I'll say, "Hey, Dad, throw me on the ship."
He looks over at you.
Yes.
And I'm gonna look at Drag and say, "I'm coming with you, buddy."
Hell yeah.
Sadly, he can only ready one action. So
No. I'm gonna jump.
okay.
yeah,
With my
jump up front, you have
25
jump.
strength.
In that case, Pythor is gonna ready an action to throw Drakgar onto the ship where the hags are holding Crab Alexandri hostage. So
Don't turn to a goddamn crab too.
So he says, "Very well, my son. I shall get you there one way or another." As he adopts like a stance where it's kind of like a football player about to to throw the ball, but with his hands kind of like stretched to grab you.
Mine.
So he's gonna ready the action once you get within 5 feet of him. Derek, what do you do?
I have the intent to kill so badly, and I ask a Porunga. Tell Esper to make sure to look and see these hags be brutally murdered. Yeah, I'll give him a good show. There you go.
I'm pretty sure we can handle that on our own.
Now he's gonna watch too.
So you give
Well,
more
he-
inspiration
he's
to
gonna-
Porunga?
I'm gonna give him I'm gonna give him one because to tell him Esther to watch a little bit.
Okay,
Little
that's your
bit
bonus action.
pain.
What is your action?
I'm gonna cast Erethium Psychic Lance to the one closest to Sandra, so the far right.
Okay, the far right. You're guessing Psychic Lance. Give me one moment.
Man, psychic reduce psychic damage. You kidding me?
As you begin to cast Psychic Lance, one of the other hags looks over at you, Derek, and says, "I think not." Snaps her fingers, and your spell is at risk of fizzling out as she's going to cast Counterspell.
Hey, way to go. She's a goat.
What level would she do this at? They are a coven, so they have improved spell slots compared to a singular hag. They're gonna cast this at 4th level. They don't precisely know what Psychic Lance is, so they're just eyeballing what the spell might be.
Looks like mine's level 4 as well.
Yours is level 4? Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, well, your spell fizzles out in your hand by one of the sea hags.
Damn.
Hey, just a point of information for future fights. I know it's too late now. Would this have worked on them, considering that they were not actually what they were?
You would have first needed to see past their disguise.
Got it. Okay. I just didn't know how that spell worked. I didn't know if it would be able to see past like what they actually were or not.
What's it called? Would have been a possibility, but again, granted, you had no real way of knowing that their shape was
Right.
illusory from this distance.
Okay.
What's it called? So Derek, you try to cast Psychic Glance, and then the spell gets sapped out of your hand by one of the hags. Sadly, it will not go through. Anything else?
Is that a just one-time use, or can you not cover that?
Don't know how many times they can do that. What's it called? I'm gonna put the spell on the chat so that you know what it does. It's very it's the classic mage counter. What's it called?
I just want to read it. Sorry. I mean, don't have to make an ability check?
No. If they would have casted it as a 3rd level spell, they would need to make an ability check to counter your spell.
If it is cast a spell of 4th level or higher, make an ability check using your spell. Oh.
Yeah, so if the creature is casting it at 4th level or higher. But because they used a spell slot of 4th level, they were able to nullify your 4th level spell.
Oh, and I read it not down there. Okay, get it. Okay. Alright, then, and since I still have it, I'm gonna. Is it still on me? Hold on. Let me just double check. I still have it on me. Since Parker's right next to you, I'm gonna item interaction him the which item am I gonna give him? Where is it? I'm gonna hand him the Axe of Xander to use.
He would not be able to use it properly effectively because it requires attunement.
How about like Parker just use this for now?
He does have his own weapon. You do. I mentioned this like way back then, but he does have like his own great axe that you presume he's getting ready to draw.
I ask him. I nudge it towards him. So say, hey, you want it?
He looks at you.
That's what I'm doing.
He looks at you and says, "You've trained how to use it yourself. I suppose this now a better chance as any, seeing as your spells are being nullified. You might as well put those arms of yours to work."
You're right.
I just start laughing and almost fall over.
Hey, I got a sentient item. What about you or something? Exactly. We're exactly the same. It's just I got mine first.
So yes, you can still move. You use your action bonus action. You still have your movement left. Do you want to move anywhere?
No, I can't really do anything right now. What is my movie gonna do? Not really much.
I mean, might get you out of reach of some of their spells, but yeah.
I'm fine.
Okay. In that case, if that is it for your turn, moving on to the next one. Here we go. So the first sea hag here. Here we go. This is the one. Is this the one in the middle? Let me double check. No, this is the one.
No, it's the one in the back.
This is the one that counterspelled Derek. What's it called? Is going to look at Kravik Sandry next to them. Then look back at you guys and say, "This could have been so much easier, but it can still be." As she kind of raises her voice to like this loud. What's the term in opera singing? Vibrato, vibrato. What's it called? Bravado. What's it called? That kind of like just reaches all across the fucking place. I need. What's it called? One up to. Oh fuck. Okay. I need everybody to make me a wisdom saving throw against mass suggestion.
Except for the people in my bubble, so.
Yes. Except for the people in your bubble.
Can you put the bubble on the map?
The bubble is literally where everybody is conjected right now. You guys are not in the bubble. Derek could be in the bubble.
Huh? Hold up. Where's the bubble? I haven't really moved, to be honest.
Give me a second.
Derek's in the bubble.
Whoa, I'm in the bubble. Get right, guys.
Let me mark it on a map. Because radius is kind of difficult to determine if
Yeah, bad.
people are or not.
It's the goat, of course.
Oh,
Really.
can you guys see that the measurement? Give me a second, I'll do it again.
Why was that 20 different than this 20?
Because you are measuring from the center to diagonal edge. When it comes to measuring radiuses, you have to do it kind of like here, like I'm doing with the sides. If it was just a 20-foot area, like a 20-foot by 20-foot like square, then Derek would be in the area. But because the radius is just outside the location, so the soldiers and the centaur are gonna be immune to this. But Porunga, Drakgar, Bouxfhades, Wizard, Derek, Pythor, and Kyra are immune to being charmed and therefore immune to suggestion.
Oh, is that just my? Oh no, I rolled a 2.
No,
Wait,
that was your bonus from the Crown of Laurels.
Shit. So I just roll wisdom.
Yeah, you just roll your wisdom save.
Okay.
Hold on, I think I have something where I
Oh,
can
I
re-roll.
see. Okay.
Wait, do I roll as a Krabby Crab?
They believe they have nullified you and therefore don't need to suggest you.
Okay.
So you're exempt from this. So I see a lot of bad.
Well, I haven't done it yet.
I think-
Wisdom save, right? You said wisdom save?
Yes.
Oh boy, I have a -1 on it. What do I need to roll?
I'll tell you if you make it or not.
I think I have.
Do you have any?
Oh my
God
god.
damn.
Wow, we're all gonna leave her there and she's gonna get eaten. Got it.
Oh, never mind. It's ability checks.
So everybody fucking failed.
Damn.
Oh man.
Who's the one who casted suggestion?
The one.
The one over here. This is the same one that counterspelled Derek a moment ago. So
Suggestion is a concentration, right?
yes. The one in the middle was the one that polymorphed you. Oh, did I close the turn order? Oh, never mind. No, I didn't. So yes. Mass suggestion. Actually, it is not a concentration spell. It just lasts 24 hours.
We're gonna leave you there forever. Got it.
The
I suggest you leave. Okay.
what's it called? Well, thankfully, as part of your crew and and Kyra and Pythor are exempt from this. What's it called? But the course of action that they are suggesting for you guys is, well, to take a break, go back to your quarters, lay down, and have a nice rest.
You suggested that, and it's
That is their suggestion. What's it called? I'm gonna mark this one as being the one that casted it. The off chance that changes anytime soon.
does Wizzy also say that? They took to Wizzy as well.
They sent the the message out for everybody. Actually, hold on. I just noticed something. Does Wizzy understand common? Have we established if he does or not?
Yes, he's got the most intelligence on the entire Ultras.
Okay.
Damn, he's
well,
smarter than you. That's
then
kinda...
that actually worked against him, because if he would understand common, he wouldn't be affected by this spell.
Wait. Oh wait, no, wait.
He would literally waffle stomp Derek in a spelling bee.
What's it
lies.
called?
I'm a goat at it. We're talking about literally.
So that's that hag, as she has ordered you guys to lay down.
Go to bed.
Did none of you
I
actually
can't, my wife
fucking
won't let me.
make it? Damn, that's insane. Actually, let me check. Does this constitute as being charmed? Creatures that can't be charmed. Derek, you might want to check your racial features. I believe you have something against being charmed.
Oh, you mean I have a advantage over it? You said.
I just want to make sure if you do or not, because I vaguely remember that being like a Satyr ability.
A Fey heritage. You have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened, and spells imposed cannot put you to sleep.
He
this-
would have got 17
Yes,
for
this does
if he
count.
had advantage.
This does count as a charm effect, so Derek, you actually make
Right.
it.
Hooray!
What's it
Everybody's
called?
bad except me. Yay!
Yeah, so the rest of you are told, hey, chillax, go back to your bed, rest up, nothing to do here. And you're like, you know what, that sounds like a very reasonable offer. Let's
But
go.
you guys need to die first.
What's it called? Derek, you're able to actually do it. Upon realizing that you, Derek, have not failed the charm effect, and you seem to still see blood in your eyes. This hag over here is going to look over at you and say, "We don't need any interlopers." She is going to look up, angle this upwards, and as you're in the edge of the ship, you're gonna be in just the prime angle. Oh, I accidentally fucking started tracking a circle there. I need you,
Fireball.
Derek.
What?
I need you, Derek, and I guess Pythor will be caught in this, to roll me a dexterity saving throw against lightning bolt.
Dexterity save.
Look at those
course.
jukes.
Easy. Way too easy.
I don't know why that says DC 11. That should be DC 14. Because they're in a covenant, so their DC spell save goes up.
Oof.
It looks that one spell that Porunga killed those two people with. Right? You killer.
Not quite, but close. So you take half of that. What's it called? You take 13 points of lightning damage.
And he's
Sorry.
still dead because he has like 10
And
HP. No, just
No,
kidding.
and I say I've been hit with worse, literally.
Okay. The hag looks at you, having. Oh, I forgot to roll Pythor's save. What's it called? There we go.
47.
Oh wow.
Oh.
He's just going
What's
to use
13?
a
What?
legendary resistance to succeed. Spythor.
My goat.
Spythor kind of just seems like lightning bolt is about to hit him like dead center because he's still kind of waiting on Drakgar to walk over to him. To like get to him.
Meanwhile, Drax just like, I'm gonna go lay down, man.
Go lay down. What's it called?
Hopefully it's still
So,
threat.
so for a moment, it looks like he's not going to be able to avoid the thing. But then, like at the last possible second before the fucking impact of the lightning bolt hits him, you see like his form kind of like blur a little bit, and he kind of sidesteps the lightning bolt. Still takes a bit of that, which is further reduced for him. What's it called? It's almost completely. It's almost as if the damage just was not even noticeable on him. What's it called? You're going to need to try harder than that. It's all three sea hags. Centaur, in the pocket of silence, was not affected by mass suggestion. Is going to move 5, 10, 20, 15. Because it needs to actually be closer to the edge to actually see them. I'm just gonna jump with those hags. The centaur is going to draw their longbow and take a shot at the one that is presumably the one that casted the polymorph on Exandri. Uh, 14,
Phew.
14. Does that actually hit the sea hag? That just hits both of them. It does not roll damage for whatever reason. That's weird. Whatever. I'm just gonna roll the 2d8 plus 4. Because that's both of the things. So total 17, and the hag needs to make 2 con saves to maintain concentration on a polymorph.
Damn.
which it does. But it does take the 17 points of damage. What's it called? That's it for the Centaur Porunga. You feel the need to go lay down.
Yeah, I just started yawning and started walking away.
Dumb bitch.
What's it called? So you think he's gonna
Does
walk
Est-
away?
Does
You
Estor also have a
Estor-
feeling or no?
Estor does say in the back of your mind, like, wait, what are you doing? I thought we were going to attack them. But turn around. Turn around and provide a good show.
Bro, I'm too tired,
Estor
bro.
just knocks him out of the charm.
Just knock him out. Let Estor take over for a bit. That's what you do right now.
Yeah,
I swear, to let Estor take over a bit.
God, I'm so glad Derek. didn't get
Esther's
hit
like,
with-
why you being a pussy?
I think that. Do I roll another wisdom at the end of my turn? Or...
Sadly, not against suggestion. Only until
Oh,
the
okay.
caster that has been dealt with does it go away. What's it
Alright,
called?
so I think that's 30.
Alright, so, leisure walk down the Ultra's deck. Exandri, you are a crab. I gave you access to a crab stat sheet.
I'm
What's
so
it called?
excited. Where's my crabby stats?
Bubble beam.
Gave you access to a crab stat sheet. You should be. You have a +0 to hit and do 1 point of damage if you.
No, no,
Let's
It's
go.
the Magikarp.
Can I breathe underwater is my question. It says, how do I...
Yeah, can breathe air and water. Amphibious.
When I opened up Crab, it says use the character master created PC or editor.
Okay, so close the sheet. What's it called? Yeah, just close the sheet. And then if you go to the journal, in the Summons, Polymorph, and Wild Shape folder, which is within the same folder as characters, you can find a crab stat block.
Crabby?
But to answer your question, yes, you can breathe underwater.
You gotta make
so-
crab noises now.
All right,
As-
all right. So hear me out. Because I'm not charmed. Because they didn't give a fuck about me. So, can I theoretically jump off the ship and go underwater, like I'm just a natural crab running away?
You could. What's it called? So just to reiterate how polymorph works, while you have the mental faculties of a crab, you still remember, who your allies were and who your enemies were. So you remember who casted the polymorph on you, or who
I know who casted the polymorph on me. Don't worry, don't worry. Cassie is just wondering if they're just going to let me crabby my way off of this thing like I'm a scared little crab into the water.
They might. They probably won't take an up attack on you to guarantee that the polymorph stays on.
Okay, great. That's perfect. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna crabby my way off of the ship and bloop into the water, and I'm gonna swim down bloop, 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 like 5 or 10 feet so they can't see me, and I'm going to attack myself.
Hold on. Let me double check
Your armor?
what the speed of a crab is, because you might not be able to make it too far into the water.
Oh my god.
What's it called?
It says swim speed is 20 feet, so that was 5 feet to jump off, and then I'll swim 15 feet down. Bloop, 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 bloop.
We'll say that, yeah, you can do that. So if you go 15 feet down underwater, what's it called? So, crabs can technically hurt themselves by ripping off their own fucking pincers. Believe it or not, that's the thing crabs can do. What's it called? Is that what your aim is here?
Yes, I'm attacking myself, essentially trying to break my crab form. So, I'm going to attack myself.
You can certainly try. Roll me to hit.
What'll hit? Claw?
Yes, just claw. 11
11 hit.
is just your AC. You take 1 point of damage, but you're still a
So
crab because they have 2
yeah.
hit points.
Yep, I know.
You didn't knock yourself out? What?
Now I'm
So-
just a little crabby in the water. Bleep, 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 bleep.
You trying to kill yourself? Got it.
No.
That's it for Kravik Sentry. Bouxfhades. You know what? It's been a long day. You feel like you could take a breather.
So since I normally don't frequent my room, I'm gonna just like go over down here between the stairs where I normally like to lay down. I'm just gonna go lay down in the floor of the boat like I normally do on the top deck.
Okay. In that
Because I don't normally sleep in my room. I normally sleep on top of the ship.
Okay, in that case you just find yourself a nice place with shade, you sit down, and you begin to catch some seas, or at least try. It is a bit noisy out here, isn't it?
It is. I would feel like, shut up, everyone. I'm trying to sleep.
He climbs up to the mast where like the lookout's nest is, and just props his legs up and his hands up, and is just fucking dozing.
I'm just Zorroing it out up here, okay? Like, just let me try to sleep.
Okay. In that case, you will do that for the time being. Kyra. At the start of her...
Everybody can know. In 2 turns, they have 2 turns to get the fuck away from our ship.
What's it called? I mean, hey, they will first need to collect you because you're the ransom. What's it called? Well, not the ransom, you're hostage. So at the start of Kyra's turn, you need to roll a d4 because on a 1, a wild magic search happens. So I need to roll a d100.
Oh no.
A 2.
Let's see what that's about. Ooh. Okay.
Ooh in a good way or ooh in a bad way?
You see as Kyra kind of like, looks around. It's like, guys, where are you going? The fight's right here. Just slow down. And she, as she says, slow down. What's it called? You see as the area around her begins to. But it's when she realizes the surge of magic is happening around her, she kind of waves her hands, and it seems to glide the area where time's kind of slowing down. Seems to glide over to the hags. They're gonna need to make a wisdom save, I believe, against slow.
Who's using slow? I'm so confused.
Kyra.
Your aunt. You.
My auntie, the only family member I have on the ship. I'm just joking.
Wow, your dad, you legit
What
went on a
was
gonna
it?
start on a rampage.
Kyra. Oh no, I have to use the
Maybe
DC
that'll
of the
gain her
101.
back the knowledge of being called dad again. Because right now I don't fucks with that.
They need to beat a DC 15. 2 of them make it. 1 of them fails. In fact, the one in the middle, that was fucking, concentrating on polymorph, is the one that fails the save against slow.
And you cast. I was thinking, can I on this one attempt, could I use
Cutting words?
No wait, hold up. Yeah.
Yes, you can.
And that's-
Roll me your Bard Inspiration die.
I totally forgot how much is it. I'm sorry.
Your
I should know by now.
now.
1d10. Sorry. Again, I'm sorry.
Or
Is it 1d10 at this level? Let me double check.
I think it's 1d8 if I remember right.
What level
It's
we're
level
at.
5. At level 5, it's a d8 at level 5.
Yeah, I
still
think
D8.
it
I don't
only
know why I
goes.
thought we were at a higher level.
I think it only goes at d10 when you are like level 10 above.
Yeah, level 10. So it's d8. Of course, it fails.
So, who were you aiming this towards?
The one that rolled a 17.
The one that rolled a 17, so the one at the bottom. Right as it seems that they might be able to ward off the magic that Kyra is emanating, you use your cyclically laced words to be able to break their flow. What's it called? The 2 hacks over here look like, as they, try to move, but they speak in a very slow reverb. That was just the start of, Kyra's turn. Was it coming? Okay. She's gonna move over here.
Read the suggestion.
And suggestion. Let me
I was
double
gonna say
check.
break the suggestion.
Let me double check something here. About that would she know how would this work?
Did you cancel out a suggestion with a suggestion? You suggest that you don't listen to the other suggestion.
Suggest the other suggestion.
Yeah, suggest them to drop their suggestion.
Yeah.
I do that, but I don't want to.
I suggest that you don't listen to the hack.
Kyra is gonna run up. You see as she kind of like looks at you guys, and you see as an expression of like dread kind of crosses her face, and she kind of looks over at you guys and says, I need to run. I need to think of something to help you guys. She is going to cast a. She's gonna try, I believe. Hopefully to break the. The suggestion of one of you. More specifically, on you, Drakgar.
Yeah.
She says, "Don't hate me for this. I'm just gonna pinch you so you can snap out of it." She's gonna try to stab you, so that the damage can force you to reroll the saving throw. Oh.
Could that be an advantage?
Sadly, no. She kind of pulls out like this, like almost needle thin sort of like like dagger question mark that she tries to kind of poke at you, Drakgar, but you see at the last moment that she's kind of like, no, I can't do it. What's it called? She kind of stops herself from attacking. She turns over the edge of the ship, looks down at the water, and says, "Exander, if you can still hear me, we'll get you. Don't worry." What's the call?
You guys don't know that the Andrews over here plot is like their death in like 2 turns.
Drakgar. It's been a day. It's been a day and a half.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna just move over here and just lay down.
Hold on, because as you come within 5 feet of Python, that triggers his ready action.
How did you forget that?
That triggers the ready
It's
action.
actually kind of good because I'll take damage from the fall damage.
What's it called?
If you hit the boat, if you land in the water, you're not going to take any fall damage.
Actually, he does. He probably takes like 1 damage because he hits the water. Come on.
So it triggers the ready action as you're like, man, John, let's go lay down, and then you feel Pythor's iron-like grip on your shoulder as you walk past him.
Fucking yeets you.
And he says, "Now is your time, my son," as he...
You're just
Go,
trying
my
to
son,
take a
fly.
fucking nap, and Dad's like, get back in the fight, bitch!
And he flings you all the way at the, on the ship with the hags. What's it called? Ja, you're gonna take a bit of falling damage from this. You take 10 points of falling damage, and you can reroll the wisdom save to try and snap out of the suggestion.
Come on!
Still suggested. What's it called?
He just curls up in the boat.
You're gonna fall
Like-
asleep in the boat.
Like you kind of boom hit the boat, and you see as you hear a crack of wood as your body impacts the boat. You presume you may have cracked like a segment of the of it, on the way down. You look up and you see the three horrible-looking hag creatures stare down at you like, what? What's it called? Not sure if Drakgar would be able to sleep in that circumstances, but you would have technically only moved. Where were you? 5, 10? Yeah, you would have only moved 10 feet during that movement. You would still be able to stand up from this position.
Would that be? If I did that, would that?
It would be
or
half your
breaks it?
movement, so 15 feet. Actually, no, you're
Yeah,
you're a barbarian, right? How much is your max movement?
Yeah. My maximum
Yes.
is 98.
No, what? What
Or
is
what?
your
What were you
max
asking?
movement?
Oh, movement. Sorry, I thought you said hit points. 40.
40. So you moved 10, plus another 20, so 30 feet. You have 10 feet left of movement.
Yeah,
Uh,
but can I still do stuff even though I'm suggested, or do I have to?
The way the spell is described, it seems you try to complete the set action in the most effective way possible. What's it called? It doesn't. It's kind of vague in what you're allowed to do or not to do when doing that. Just so long as you complete the action.
So I can still attack though, right? I just have to lay down after, or what can I do? I'm basically asking.
You assuming that something is interfering you from getting to rest, getting to rest, which is the course of action, then how would Drakgar interpret getting to do that form of action, in the most effective ways if there's something that prevents him from doing so?
Well, I figured these guys would be not letting me rest because they just wouldn't let me. So could
He's
I?
gonna push him off the boat.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sleep.
Like,
Fuck off.
I'm trying to sleep. Get out of here! And he pushes them off the boat instead.
I'm gonna
Don't do
rage.
that.
Well, can I
Why?
attack him, or do I? Or
I'm
am I not?
literally a baby crab under the water.
Yeah, can I
Your
attack
water
him, or would
has
that?
to breathe.
Let me double check. So I must make Yeah,
This
you
is
can
the
specify
one time
conditions
that
will
if I
trigger to activity. For example, you might suggest group of soldiers. Give them one to first beggar. Vision is made for a spell and the activity is performs. So, from what I can gather, it doesn't say that you're effectively charmed by them, even though it constitutes as a charm effect. So you don't see them as friendly creatures to you, meaning you can still attack them, because from your perspective at the moment,
They're trying
they
to
are
stop me.
they're interfering with your course of
Yeah.
action that was set.
Yeah, that's what I figured, but I wanted to make sure before I did anything. So I'm gonna rage, and then I'm gonna reckless.
But the one that's
Great
making
axe.
Low key.
hell yeah.
Oh, I was
I'm
also supposed
yelling
to
at my
have-
father for throwing my brother on the ship.
Wait, what did you say?
I said low key. I'm yelling at my father for throwing my brother on the ship.
You bet.
Because now I
Well,
can use
To be fair, that was his original plan, though. Like, he didn't know that Drac was charmed.
What's it called? So, Drakgar. Which one were you targeting?
The one in the middle.
The one that's concentrating polymorph. Okay. Takes a lot of fucking damage.
Things die.
And then
Didn't die.
additional damage. Ooh. Okay. So they need to make a con save to maintain concentration on polymorph. 16. How much damage did you deal? I need to make sure that
More
Yes.
than that.
I mean, yes, but remember, with
Oh.
concentration checks, it has to be half the damage taken or 10, whichever is higher. 27.
It was 27 divided by 27 divided by
So
2.
the
That's-
DC would have been 13. So yeah, they make the save at this point. Do you swing again?
Of course.
All
the
right,
same
go
one.
ahead.
I got it. If it lets me uncheck it. Okay, got it.
14 just hits.
Oh, it's also
Uh,
recklessing, so it'd be at advantage. But yeah. Anyways.
So 8 points of damage. How do you want to do this?
Well, I just I'll slash them, and once I see that they're dead or dying, I just kick them off the boat.
Okay. As
Then don't
one
kick 'em off the
sea
boat, what
hack down. What's it called? And with that sea hack down, Exandri, you're underneath the water trying to pincer you, pincer yourself with your own claws, and then you come to your senses as you're underwater.
All right, well, I'm 15 feet down in the water, so here's my question. Do I know my brother's on the boat?
If you were to look up, because it's kind of like a clear day, if you were to look up, you can kind of see like a silhouette of someone really large on the on top of the boat.
Oh my.
I'm annoyed. I'm super annoyed.
What's it called?
My character will swim the 15 feet up,
Well,
and
you
then...
will be able to do that on your turn.
Oh,
what's it called?
I thought it was my turn. Okay.
Yeah, no. So Drakgar, you swing twice, you cut down one of sea hacks, and you're like, just let me sleep! What's it called? You're just trying to get to rest. Would that be your turn?
Yes.
The soldiers are gonna look around. Notice there's still the 2 sea hacks. They look over at Porunga, who's kind of walking across the deck. Is like, Captain, what's happening? Do we man the ballistas? Porunga?
I'm gonna fall asleep. So sad. Just say he fell asleep.
Damn. They are going
He
to look
fell
at
asleep.
they're going to look at each other and just be like, it seems like we're under attack. Move! As they're going to use their action to dash all the way back to the ballistae.
I'm gonna scream at them for making so much noise, like, shut up, I'm trying to sleep!
Alright. Wizard is gonna go to sleep? Question mark? I guess.
He's just literally curled up in the sunlight sleeping right now.
Okay.
You can totally take him out of initiative. He's just bored.
Okay. What's
He
it called?
He's a good boy.
And as we get to the top of initiative, that is sadly where we're gonna end the session for the time being.
All right, quick question before we end this. I want to. When I was next to both Bouxfhades and Drakgar, could I have thunderclapped them and they both would have woken up, or no?
Well, we
would have just had to make the save again.
Yes, they would have been allowed to make the save again.
But I would have helped you guys this time by attacking you. Wow.
Yes, technically, yes.
Yes, technically, yeah.
It's okay. I'm drowning my brother next episode, so.
Or, look, not me this time. It's fine. Immortal's a rock, so he'll just go down straight to the water.
hopefully he has flotation devices built on him.
Hey, do javelins float?
Yes.
I would imagine if they fall horizontal onto the water, yeah. But, be careful where you throw them.
So if I try to
miss, they'll stick
spike
before.
a javelin of lightning at a
hell
downward
no.
directional,
Yeah,
that's
no,
gone, dude.
that javelin might
that
be
bitch is gone.
javelin might be gone forever.
What if I went to Walmart and bought like one of those pool floaties and put it around the handle?
I mean, assuming it doesn't burn up as the lightning engulfs the javelin, then maybe you might be able to retrieve from the water.
It's what you can do. When we fight guys, he uses the javelin. When he misses, pick it up and just item interactions, pick it up. You don't need to know more, right?
What's it called? But
Guys has the other 2 more.
I mean, hey, you know, it is what it is. Thankfully, after you guys are done with this encounter, you'll be able to make it back to Mitros and do your shopping trip, question mark, if that's what you're doing.
That's definitely what we're doing, bro.
What's it called? So...
The shopping trip is destroying the market.
It is a shopping trip.
I mean, hey,
You want
you
to come
know.
back?
But with that, well, just to quickly do the outro here, for those of you watching this on YouTube that, you know, made it all the way to the end of the video, thank you guys for watching, and please continue watching all the adventures of the Dawnbringers as every day passes, the clock ticks on the Oath of Peace and how long they have left to, well, deal with their quest. But we'll see if first they manage to fight back this trio, now duo, of hacks. But that will be in the next episode. Until next time. Bye.